Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talk. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talk. Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? If I knew back then what I knew right now, I'd be on right now. I'm the nigga right now. I'm the nigga right now. Got your bitch right now. Since you want it right now, getting litty right now. Wanna take me right now, outside right now. Please do not get in my face. You know that I'm riding the whip. I just needed my space. I drink it straight with no chase. Love when you making that face. Living out a suitcase. Annie, are you okay? I fuck you good the long way. Watch how you talking to me. 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 Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six?
She's a keeper, legs like Serena, strong like Xena, turn into a screamer. She's a dancer, money from Atlanta. She's a cancer, phone ring, no answer. I'm getting litty, mixed dirty with the Fanta. My life a movie, I always got a camera. I'm at Cabana, she sucking my banana. Ooh, na na. If we never met, I'm there right now. Put a bullet in my head right now.
Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Talking but you don't fight.
Ooh, na na.
About a new life. Even when I'm wrong, you know I'm still right. On another level, reaching new heights. I used to hit the block just in all white. No, I can't bless it for my gun mind. Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talk. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talk. Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen the snowfall in the six? If I knew back then what I knew right now, I'd be on right now. I'm the nigga right now. I'm the nigga right now. Got your bitch right now. Since you want it right now, getting litty right now. Wanna take me right now, outside right now. Please do not get in my face. You know that I'm riding the whip. I just needed my space. I drink it straight with no chase. Love when you making that face. Living out a suitcase.
Blanco. Greetings and salutations. Sorry, hold on. Greetings. Okay, I didn't see the meter move. I'm like, am I muted somehow? All right, guys. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's the boy Haku of the tubes, always doing great things for the community. Shout out to him for making another character poll. I don't know how long this one ran. It ran for a few days, and people were able to vote on their favorite characters. Vote on I think three different characters once a day, once every 24 hours, and he is going to show us the results. We're going to go through it, react to it, just have fun. These are always pretty interesting because some of you guys troll. And me and Pat again are going to throw a fit if Dorothy wins again. So, in other news, just so you guys are aware, I'll make a community post later. Don't let me forget. I might forget. Don't let me forget. Wednesday, March 12th, will be the big family head gathering. Me, Haku, Dr. Bonehead, the Otaku Fix. If Milios is available or Ryzen is available, like, we're going to have that big stream and we're going to talk about the entirety of season 3. Should be a good time. We probably go for a minimum 4 hours. I'd say maximum 6. We have a lot of things to discuss and it's going to be a good time. So you don't want to miss it. You're going to want to be there live in the chat. And yeah, Haku is here, but he's multitasking. What's up, brother? Hope you're well. You're here to preach the gospel of Turah, the Yatsracha Slayer. Hype for this one. Now I've heard of this song. Wait, I've heard this song for years now. But what's my man saying? He's saying, have you ever seen snow fall in the 6, as in Toronto? You know how Toronto was known as the 6? He's talking about, have you ever seen snow fall in the 6? Fall in the 6. If Endorsi wins again, my apologies to her fans, but that is whack. She did almost nothing this season. Listen, we're going to see what happened. Without further ado, let me know how the volume everything is and how everything looks. And let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. Haku. Hajime.
With the results for the second Tower of God character popularity.
I missed the first
everybody.
word.
Haku here with the results for the second Tower of God character popularity poll. I'm mostly, for this video, just going to get into the results and go through the results, give what insights I can here and there, but just going through all of these names is going to be a really long video as is, so I don't want to, like, spend a ton of time on, like, diversions or personal opinions or anything, so I'm mostly just going to give you the facts, the information, where the characters landed and everything up here on screen. And I'm just cutting in here at the beginning to do this intro really quick because there are a few thank yous I want to give and just some general information. So to run through the general information, I'm working with all this off the top of my head right this second, but there were 538 characters involved that you could have the choice to vote for, and even then there were 2 that I thought of that I was like, I forgot to include those. So there are even some that are missing from that 500.
That's kind of crazy. That some are missing in the first place. Like, I would have missed at least 30 to 40 characters secretly deep down.
38.
And I wouldn't have put people like Ayu. Ayu was an attack or an ability. I don't know if it's a sentient fish with its own goals and dreams and aspirations and ideals, but that's just me. Stopping to say hi, you can't stay at the moment. It's all good. It's all good. Watch us go through this list and asking who is that. Like, I am so impressed by Haku and Bone for being able to remember all these cats. Yeah, honestly. Trying to pop in later. Appreciate it.
As far as votes go, we managed to get 12,013, which is insane. I want to give a massive thank you to all of you first and foremost, because quite literally without all of you voting, we would not have had over 12,000 votes. I think that's crazy because to me, last time I was like, hey, if we get 2,000 votes for the first character poll, which was in 2022, I was like, I'll be happy. 2,000 votes. We got 7.
Can I guess the top 10? Okay, I'm not going to go in order, but I'll guess the top 10. Let me see. Traumare Gustang, Adori, do I believe in you guys? Did you guys put respect on Grace Murchia Loose Leg? I don't know if I believe in you guys. I'm not gonna put Loose Leg. Let me think. Oh, like Kun's mom? Okay, well, I feel like the ones you missed were probably reasonable misses. Okay, so Traumere, Gustang, Bam, and Dorsey. I'm gonna go with all right, fine. Loose Leg, Adori. I think a lot of people are hype off Adori immediately. I'm not gonna go Kun Rack. I'm not gonna put them. I don't think Aguero Rack made the top 10. Top 30, I think they made that, but not top 10. I'm gonna go with. I have 5 more. Who do I want to go with? Let me think. I don't know. You know what? I will put Aguero. I don't think Rack. I'll put Aguero. I'm gonna put. Do I believe in you guys? Tiara, please tell me you guys saw the vision with Tiara. Please tell me you guys saw the vision. I'm gonna put some other family heads. I'm gonna put Arie Han. I'm gonna put Rachel and Hwaryun. I don't remember what I said before. I'm not repeating that.
17,000, which is insane. And this time, you know, the Raws, the scanlations are way.
I don't think Lobodon's top 10. I don't think Hasaracha is even top 100. You said believe along with Tura. I was pushing looks like agenda. All right. I believe. Crazy how everyone's top 10s are different. I'm not trying to think about what my top 10. I'm trying to think what people voted for. Tiara got like 70 votes from me alone. Let's go, Tiara agenda. She had the pen. She had the pen work.
There are people who kind of 3 months ago read the.
I'm a type it as he's talking.
Most recent chapter, and if they're not keeping up with like Tower of God, you know, fan content or Tower of God like fan areas, Reddit, Discord, whatever, then, you know, they might just be checked out of Tower of God because they've already read the most recent chapter. So I thought it would be tough to get as much. And even getting to 10,000, I was like, you know, it would be nice to get more than we got last time. But even getting to 10,000, I thought would be very difficult. So to surpass 12,000 is insanely cool. This one ran from January 27th to February 27th, 1 month voting period, just like last time. Last time being in, you know, I think it was August to September 2022. It ran for a month. So, you know, 3 years later, last time it was kind of right at the end of the nest. This time we're right at the end of the season. And I guess that's all of the basic general information for all of these. I'm going to give out some thank yous, though, really quick before we start. I definitely want to thank, well, I said before, thank all of you for voting, because we literally couldn't get here without that. I want to thank some other content creators like Dr. Bonehead. Without a huge reach and audience like his, and also him just promoting it every single stream every time was really huge. Nia Hemmings, always helpful, sharing things, making a community post, people who've brought it up in their streams or videos, or people who have just shared it, like Animosity or Pyro Prima.
Actually, my plan was, Haku, to listen in normal speed for a while, then go 1.5, then go 1.75, then go 2 for a while, and then go back, then come back down. So that was my plan, actually.
Amy Angel, I wanted to say thank you to all of them, and if anybody else did too, I'm so super sorry for forgetting if anybody else did, but they went out of their way to help share and promote things, and all of you who went out of your way to share and promote things. And 2 especially big thank yous I want to give out. 1 to Boss Jesse, who's always been amazing. I don't really use Discord much outside of my own server, so I'm not really in the Tower of God Discord server, but Boss Jesse shared everything there. Huge thank you. And a massive thank you to Pate Arial, who always does so much to really help with the channel and stuff, but went out of his way to contact the mods for the subreddit. I don't really use Reddit in general at all. I'm not really a Reddit user. So went out of the
Haku. All I'm gonna say about Reddit is they got the fire arc, the Rule 34. I'm gonna leave it there.
way to message the mods for the subreddit, and when Pate didn't get an answer, he just made a thread anyway and then got the mods when they did answer to pin that. So huge thank you to Pate, and also to the Reddit mods and everybody who voted and came from Reddit. So yeah, huge thank you to all of you. I wanted to just say all of that before getting into the results. And with this kind of longer than I had hoped for intro out of the way, let's just start talking about these. I'm going to give you the full entire results all the way from 0 vote gang to the #1 spot. Let's start with the 0 vote gang. And my usual purple here clashes a little bit with the orange of the character poll.
Let's see. Who got 0? I don't even know who some of these people are. Alex? Who is Alex? I actually think I remember Bruce. Kasano got no votes, eh? Interesting. They did Arvin Liu, aka Andros. The Bull, yeah, these are mostly characters that I barely remember or don't remember, or we haven't truly for real seen yet. A Nax teammate. Okay. This makes sense to me for the most part.
But I'll be sending out all these results images so that any of you can have them yourself. You can share them around. I'll be leaving that for all of you to do whatever you want with. And I will, from memory, running through these, try to, tell you who all the characters are so that you have at least a little bit of background. That's another thing. Tell me your predictions before you continue in the video. If you want to, tell me your predictions for who will do well or not. But also, tell me how many of these you actually remember of the 538 here. So we're starting off with Alex, who was one of the regulars in the last stage.
Bull counts as a character. He's counted characters like Leviathan, the Bull, IU, the Sweet Fish, and things of that nature. He hasn't excluded them.
I kind of remember him being introduced. It was like Alex, and then Moguri, I think, was the one introduced next. So I'm pretty sure one of the regulars there from the last station. Alfred Zahard is one of the princesses of Zahard. From the blog post, I think the owner of the Luminous June, and Zahard, I think, is the owner of the Silver January. I think that's who the two of them are, or maybe it's, is it the White January? It's a Silver January, right? And then the White February doesn't have an owner. But then we have a Zahard's mother, who it's a little surprising, didn't get any votes.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't get one.
Somewhat surprising. I think
she might be the one that surprised me the most here. And I thought maybe I can't see who you're blocking, but yeah. Bel Berhino, I remember. He's the guy with the blood of blood matter of Hendo in him.
These results compared to last time are more exciting to me, but also as somebody who's poured over these results time after time after time after time, and sort of compared them to the results from last time. I kind of see where a lot of this is coming from. So we'll get more into that as we go, though. We have a Nox new teammate who showed up. Some people in my comments were saying, hey, maybe it's Verity, but I really don't think so. We have
Verity, like the bee? Is it Verity the bee?
The ancient Blastoise that Tromare was fighting when he reunited with Enkidu. Apple there, Arku, who was one of the regulars living at the, what's it called, the mushroom farm, the mushroom station that Hockney was living at. It was one of the regulars living there. Aryeh David, one of the 5 siblings that are a part of White. Aryeh Honzahard, who really a lot of people are thinking a lot of these blog characters are going to get retconned or kind of deleted from existence. I think most of them aren't. I think there's a good chance most of them will still.
I think some of them will stay because I'll spoil one topic for the big stream, but remember we were having discourse talking about, do we think that Hagaphony, whatever her name is, and Adori, he kind of consolidated both of them into one character, and thus Hagi doesn't really exist anymore. Remember we had that conversation. So could be true for some of these other blog post only people. Verdi the doll maker. Oh, the V is Vespa. I knew it was a V.
Be in the story like Alfred and An I just mentioned. It's like, okay, well, we still need to have princesses to have the 13 months, so they'll probably still show up in the story even if they get reworked or something. The only one I think might get totally deleted is Zahard, just because ever since Floor of Death, her lore story hasn't really aligned with what we've seen of the princesses in the actual, you know, webtoon itself. So I think Zahard's the one who I'm
You know what? I should have remembered that, because isn't Vespa means, is it B in Italian? I should remember that.
expecting to just not exist. Rose Zahard, who we might get into stuff with the princesses soon. We could see at some point one of the big regular princess team leaders. We were told in Name Hunt Station that Rose has a team, and Hendolat Gladmary has a team, and the two of them are like the big regular princesses. So it was like maybe Shibisu or maybe it was Andorthi who asked Lilial or Shilial, they're like, hey, which of those two teams are you aligned with? And they're like, we're on neither of those teams, and we get the reveal at the end that they're actually on a team with Kun Maria, who is like, now Kun Maria's team is this third regular princess team. And then I think that kind of leaves it nice where we have Anak and Andorthi, who are kind of our sort of fourth regular princess.
My boy Akari didn't get nothing with his moon speak. Dada Fonseca Yuri, yep. Delete. All of these make sense to me for the most part, honestly.
Team. We have the REA Tunic guy. Both times we've seen REA Hone show up, when he showed up to the Tromare and Amazu party, and also when he was in Joaquin's flashback. He was with some guy that was all bandaged up and some guy wearing a tunic. So this is one of those two guys that were with REA Hone. We got Arvin Liu, one of the floating heads. This is the one we saw back in season 2. I'm not a huge fan of either of the floating head guys. Like, story-wise, I'm like, I don't know.
It's not even that I'm a fan or not a fan. When I see floating heads with hands, I just think Andros from Star Fox.
I don't know. I don't feel like we need them. I don't know. Something about the design. I just don't like it. So I'm not a big fan of the floating head guys. You have the Ashen Badger, one of Tromare's creatures that became, I guess, Umtiti's creature. Belberhino was a sort of distant relative of the Hendolat family, related to the Hendolat family, who was during the Hell Train saga during one of the tests. You have Bellix, who was one of the gamblers during Workshop Battle. Beniamino Casano.
Deathbird, no. I should have voted for a Deathbird.
It's a very funny part of the Zero Vote gang here, but also just did not do well last time either. And it seems like the anime did not provide a boost whatsoever. Blaruz, who was one of the regulars that Kun brought into the testing area with the Mambar and Dana, was part of the Crown game, and then ended up being a part of the final team to pass with Bomb, but then just didn't show up again.
You didn't miss too much. We're about 9 minutes and 30 seconds into the video. We're looking at all the characters who got no votes. Yeah, that's it. We're just going through that. I think the only one that shocked me was probably Anak's mom got no vote. Apple, part of Rachel teams, got no vote, and we're scrolling through that still. Oh no, Cesc Fabregas? Yes, I'm sorry, yo.
And was one of those that just passed with Team Bomb and then didn't show up again after season 1. Bloomer, I think, was the Guardian that...
I have half a mind to try to make that all the names in Tower of God named after football, by which I mean soccer players again, but just don't use any footage. And because UEFA and FIFA just kept blocking the video, and I got upset. They wouldn't let me. They would not let me cook, bro.
Ryun and Rachel's team hit in the nuts, right? That was Bloomer, right? Bong So was one of the one of the canine sort of dog fighting people that was at the very, very beginning of season 3. You have, he was Lulu's boss. You have Bathman Bundoban, who was in the opening for the anime season 2 part 2.
Wow.
One of the regulars competing in the final tournament there in the Workshop Battle. Bruce, who was Yogurt Auntie's, like, teammate or whatever, who really just got beaten up, and that's about it. Bruegel was one of the regulars at Revolution Road. Bulgasario was another one that competed in the Battle X Gamble rounds of Workshop Battle. The Bull, of course, from Season 1. Buen was the only real time we have Buen is Buen was traveling with Hajin Sung when Hajin Sung fought Calavan. And then at the end, he's like, Buen. Buen is supposed to fire the weapon from the El Rabina. So that's where Buen is from. Catan from Season 1, just one of the regulars. Chatanawa was a member of Division 1. Yeah, Division 1 of the 4th Squadron. Charlotte was, and I don't think Chatanawa showed up again in Season 3. She might have.
The Grand Elite and Grand Asa. Like, I guess the other Grand. There's 3 of them, I think? Or there are 2, I don't remember. Is it Grand Deja or something? So I guess one of them got a vote, maybe.
Been killed by Evankel. You know, I always kind of am like, I don't know if I count if a person's been killed or not. We'll see if we ever see them again. May have been killed by Evankel in Season 2 and Last Station, but may have shown up in Season 3. I don't know if Chatanawa was in the background at all in Season 3. Charlotte, one of Heljo's minions. Chigrinsky, one of Hess's, I guess, underlings in Name Hunt Station, was cut in half by Hatsu and died. He tried to Cosby Shia's team. We have Chung, who was one of the big breeders. Rachel took over his Oculus. Colden was one of Yama's gang. I think probably killed by Paul because we never saw him again after Paul took him out. Then we have Delete from the Wall with the Sleeping Forget-Me-Not, Data Kunakardi, Data Fonsakal Yurure, the Data Snake Charmer, Deathbird, one of Karaka's minions, same with Death Karambit.
Shout out to Deathbird.
Who was one of the gamblers from Workshop Battle. Didiano's Monkey. Got Dutong, another of the people. This one was in charge of the place where Ding Ding was being kept that Bomb infiltrated. There's the Enraged Rapid, which is surprising to me, and we see Giant Hairtail Fandor Harpe there as well. I thought that the Rapid and Harpe,
I thought they would get at least one vote just based off of people who are trauma ray glazers. Like, I thought all of his beasts would have got something. I'm a little shocked too about Enraged Rapid.
would do well just by being prevalent trauma rage, you know. I just felt like
Hendo got no votes, and that's my fault. I should have voted for him. I was just trying to push a little bit of Mew Love and some other character. That's my fault. I'm the Hendo guy. Y'all don't see the vision. Y'all don't understand.
trauma race creatures would generally do better, especially notable ones like the Rapid and Harpe. Also, I probably could have just put Fandor Harpe because I'm pretty sure Giant Hairtail is the species, but Fandor Harpe is its actual proper name. You got Fabregas, which was one of Heljo's minions, Felix, which was one of Boro's sort of students who came into Bomb's team going into Revolution Road, but because of injury wasn't able to continue after Revolution Road. Frosty Bear, which is Wee Wee's creature, formerly Trauma Rays, I guess. The Gladiator Ranker, who was part of the Workshop Battle and then taken out by White during the Cage. The Goblin Shark from the Hotel
all
Arc,
the Grandasas are there.
Golden
Okay.
Harp, Jew's creature. Grandaja, Grandali, and Grandasaw's son, but not Grandasaw in the Zero Vote Gang. Grande there, Gray from Season 1, Grom, another of Karaka's minions.
I honestly don't even think I registered Hendo's name with the times that I voted. I think I voted at least, I'm going to say 7 to 8 times maximum. Never in a row. I almost forgot to do it daily, but I don't even think I registered Hendo's name. I think when I just see Mario question box, I'm like, I ain't see you, I don't know you. I should have paid more attention.
Gyaro, who was Hemaslime's family's ancient creature, or whatever. Gyugung, who was the sort of guide that was taking people around during the Cage arc. Haruda, who was sent from the Ha family to take part in the Name Hunt Station auction. Heite Hanul Kang, who was a part of Bomb's team from the beginning of Revolution Road through Dollar Show.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the doctor, so he stayed behind to take care of the injured, and we just never saw him again. Then we have Hax, who was the fisherman instructor in Season 1. Hendelok Blood Matter is surprising, because when talking about family heads, a lot of people seem to be excited for us to finally see Blood Matter at some point. So it does surprise me
He's the only one that doesn't have the immortality contract. Like, he stands out. So it's kind of surprising to me, too. I'm shocked by this one. This one is the most surprising thing I've seen so far.
That Blood Matter didn't get any votes here. We have the Hidden Grove Lightbearer and Hidden Grove Scout. We get to see both of these characters when Hidden...
You know what I just realized? And my bad. I just realized that Haku has his camera in the like bottom left, and I have the BAM thing, and it's totally blocking it. Let me move that to the right. Why didn't anyone say anything? It's like totally blocking it. My bad. I just noticed.
Grove is first introduced to us with Cha, Toro, Dewan, and Kunhin Luck, Taro York. So we see these two, we never get names from them, and then we see them again when they're like in the ship base, whatever. However, we don't see them when Kunhin Luck is talking about the ones who were still alive, who were held captive. So maybe they were put in other walls like Cha and Dewan were, and we know that Cha and Dewan were the last heroes left in the walls. The other walls, for some reason, maybe their heroes had already been taken out, or maybe they just didn't have heroes to begin with. But I thought we had some sort of line like, oh, the other walls have already lost their heroes. So these two might have already been in other walls and then just got killed or taken out at some point. So we will probably never see these two again. And one of the two characters that I didn't include, there is not a good panel of them, but there's another guy that when they're in the ship, when they're in the base, there's a guy with like these diamond-shaped bits at the bottom of his shirt that's in their base at that point. And when Liboric is talking to Kunhin Luck about the ones who are still alive that he frees during the first defensive wall of the nest and everything, we see Taro York, and we see the guy with the diamond things at the bottom of his shirt. So Taro York and the diamond shirt guy, those two might still be alive, actually, if we are to believe Liboric just letting them free after Kunhin Luck sacrificed himself. High Leech Monk from the Floor of Death, high-ranking Ha family member from Chongi's flashback. This is a high-ranking member of the Ha family, so I wonder if we'll ever get more details on who they were. Holly was one of the members of the army from, I guess that would make them a member of the 2nd Division of the 4th Army Corps from Last Station. Hung Danhua, sad that Hung Danhua got no votes. Huang also getting no votes. Huingya Eppo was one of the people competing in the marriage tournament, so to speak. Got the Highbrider. Hyun Chung was another of the gamblers, I think, in Workshop Battle. Then Ilnak Rapal was the reporter character from the hotel arc. Immort, who is one of the slayers from the blog post. Hopefully,
no Immort, eh?
Immort eventually. Io from Workshop Battle. Jay is one of the servants of Kulnasam K from the... I guess Jay and K got killed during Last Station and didn't appear in Season 3, I think. Unless they did appear in Season 3, in which case I guess they survived. I don't remember if they showed back up in Season 3. I haven't read the first defensive wall in a bit. We have Juk, one of the big breeders from the Hidden Floor. JM, which was Hess's brother from the Name Hunt Station, taken out by Novik. And Ju Chun, which is one of the 3 lords. Again, I really hope we get to see the 3 lords in the series itself. Ju Chun's a friend of Yudik Mazano and the child of Arihan and a tower.
I'm trying to see Malik. PGR1.
Native. Then we have Jowardin, not Jordan, but Jowardin is another like Arku, another one of the regulars who were living at the mushroom place that Hackney came from. Juglam Gote was one of the regulars, I think part of Royal Park's team.
Oh, I wonder if Cobalt made it high up. My boy Cobalt. The greatest frog of all time. No, we can't skip to the end. We're going in order.
In the Revolution Road arc, Collar was the guy who was part of Yasracha's squadron, who when Yama first gets so Collar shows up and he's telling Kal Rahim, who Kal Rahim's next actually. Kal Rahim's the ruler of the wall that Cha was kept in, the Wall of Peaceful Coexistence. So Kal Rahim was being told by Collar, hey, Yasracha's here to take out this wall, to take out the hero and everything. And then Yama gets warped in and insta-kills Collar, from what I remember. Katra was one of the people trying to free Cha at the Wall of Peaceful Coexistence. Katu was a member of Yama's gang who was killed in the past by Doom. Kehelman was, I think, one of the guards of the wall where Cha was sealed, the Wall of Peaceful Coexistence. Kel, Yule's partner, we haven't seen too much. I always called him Discount Batis in all of my reactions. We got Kasa, the other big head guy. We saw this guy in Season 3. Kulnasam K, one of the, I guess he's a division vice commander. He's the 1st Division vice commander of the 4th Army Squadron. Then there's the Kun from Amazu Flashback A and Kun from Amazu Flashback B. So when Edwan first shows up, he has 2 Kuns with him. We know that some families started their family making earlier than others. So Kun already had 2 adult children by the time of Traumare's party. And these 2 show up with Edwan, and that's kind of all we know about them. I wonder, again, they have to be extremely old. You would think.
I'm genuinely surprised by, I know I'm skipping ahead, but Madarako with the way some people in my community have spoken about him and like think that he's like got like a regular connections outside the tower and whoop de whoop blah blah blah, I'm surprised that Madaraco got 0 votes. That one's shocking to me too.
They have to be some of Edwan's first children, so it makes me wonder if we will see more of these two in the future when we get into Kun family stuff. We have Kun Masheni, the mother. So Kun Masheni is one of Kun Edwan's wives and the mother of both Kun Masheni Zahard and Ron. We don't know if Kun Masheni Zahard's named after her mom, or if she, like when you start climbing the tower, when you become a regular, you get to enter in a name, so you can like enter in whatever name you want when you start climbing as a regular. So we don't know if Masheni's named after her mom or if she just took her mom's name when she started climbing. But either way, this is the wife of Edwan and the mother of Masheni and Ron. Because Masheni and Ron are full siblings with each other and half siblings to like Maria, Aguero, all the others. Kim Lurker, Cohen was called the chairman. He was a descendant of the king of the people that got put in the Wall with the Sleeping Forget-Me-Not. They called him chairman of the Wall with the Sleeping Forget-Me-Not. You have Cone, one of the regulars from season 1. Kong, one of the regulars from Last Station. I keep forgetting Last Station. I keep tripping myself up on it. Kronka is the somebody, it feels demeaning to say servant of Garam, friend of Garam, and they were roommates. Kronka's doing something with Garam. Then we have Lazy Elgor. You got Li Sowa, which was the son of Li Jiaowen, who was the person who's in charge of the Last Station. You got Li Ran 3, one of the members of, one of the regulars during the...
Oh, I hate these people. The Li and the other guys from the Last Station, the guy in the wheelchair. Oh, no, I hated them.
Early parts of season 1.
The girl was okay, I think.
Leg, who was another of the regulars competing in the Battle X Gamble portion of Workshop Battle. I think he was in the same like round as Bulgasario. Those two were introduced together. You got Lopobia Didiano, Lopobia Fights, Lopobia Keruru, the Dugong Rider, Lopobia Meyer, Lopobia Porp, who was the one sent to like the auction to buy a lane.
Nah, Lopobia Mayer is the one who got one tapped by Califan. He said, "Is that a jab?" and punched him. Oh my God, yeah. Nah, the Lopobia family is so funny to me.
Back
Oui.
station, everything. Lopobia Tump, Lopobia Umtiti, Lopobia Wee. Looks like being around in the recent arc just did not help them. I guess Umtiti wasn't really around. Lopobia Yowarari, who was the head of the Snake Branch currently. Don't know if they survived the issue of the things that happened in the Nest or not. Lopobia Urayo, who was good at one thing, which was stopping REA swordsmanship, and was taken out by REA swordsmanship. Failed at the one thing that they were supposedly meant to do. You got Louis here.
I'm somewhat different from other humans. I said, you are a waste man. The white packed you. Look at Louis Vuitton. See him?
Luca, who was one of Kanhong's friends, I guess, from the cage. Lulu, who was one of the 10 bosses, taken out by Sachi. Then you have Mad. Yeah, Lulu was taken out by Sachi. JM wasn't one of the 10 bosses, but he was taken out by Novik. And then Variel Vani was taken out by Huarian. Then Mad, which is one of the children of Mixeth. In the blog post, Mixeth has 5 children that we know of. There's Flux, who became one of the 3 lords of Zahard. And then there's Mad, Max, Mai, and Mei. So you see all of the rest of them also not getting votes. You have Maddox here. He was the one who did the experiment on Horyang and Kasano, Madaraco there. We see Mei also down below. We have Max and Mei as well, or Mai. Then we have Magix, who was a member of, I guess he's a member of Wolhaiksong. He was running the place where everybody stayed at after the workshop battle ended. Marte, the octopus woman, one of the 10 bosses, taken out by Dorothy. Then Masha was one of the regulars who was in the final tournament of the workshop battle. Masha and Paul Belkron were the ones who fought Rak and Yiwa, I believe. Then McCage, it's funny, McCage, the least active member of Yasracha's army.
Isn't he like the only one that died after he used all creatures in the lighthouse? Like the only one that definitely 100% died on screen, right? Now, McCage got done dirty.
Despite being like the number 2 to Yasracha. Medley, Batis's daughter from the Hidden Floor, Mirror of the Past, also from Hidden Floor. Misabichi, one of the, I guess, 2nd Division members of the army from Last Station. Mia, one of the gamblers from Workshop Battle, and also had that scene with, I think it's Kuhn during the final tournament where she's a snake lady and everything. Moguri, I mentioned earlier, was mentioned alongside Alex when they were introduced regulars during the Last Station. Navigator here also. He's
the penis head with the power pole. I remember him. The dickhead. He was introduced with 2 others. Didn't even get names.
So a regular during Last Station. Myan not getting any votes. Poor Myan was Paul's creature that Paul and Shalulu and stuff used for
teleport. Yeah,
Noma, who was the test director for the Flower of Zygena arc. Nyono Wan, who was, I think, the 4th Division commander of the 4th Squadron, 4th Corps, whatever. I think they're the 4th. Kun Hindluck was the... I feel like I've gotten Kun and Luck, Popodal Libor Kun, Coolness Amke. I feel like I've mixed up those names a little bit here, so I'm sorry if I did. I'm probably misspeaking a lot. But I'll only know that when I cringe at it when I'm editing. So Nyonawan was, I think, the 4th division, and Kun Hindluck was the 3rd, the 2nd being Chonhee, and 1st being Ari Bright Jaren. Octopus Kim was a character from the Hidden Floor. Pan was the test ranker that Bomb fought right before the nest. The party guest was swirly blonde hair. There are 4 unnamed party guests that I added to this. There's the one with the swirly blonde hair and the one who looks kind of like Elaine, because those two had a panel focusing on them, and I think they were sitting with other family heads when we got that panel. There's the one with red hair, just because everybody was making like theories of, oh, is that a Red Witch guide? Is that actually Waryunin? She's actually super old. Is that actually Blossom? I don't know that any of those are true. I mean, she could be a Red Witch, but, you know, I only put in those 4 just because they were sort of notable. And also, I didn't mention the one that was with Edwan sitting with all the family heads, just because, again, she was sitting with the family heads. Probably not anybody important, but who knows. Paul Belkron, I mentioned earlier, fought Rakan Yiwa. Then we have Pedro, the Death Eye, Bafama Morseto, who is one of the Slayers who's been mentioned but not seen. Person who might be Akraptor's daughter. Kind of surprising that nobody voted for them a little bit. The pink girl from Name Hunt Station. We didn't get a name for her, but she's kind of around a lot in Name Hunt Station. She infiltrates the place at the end with Ron and Shia and Dan. The Popodao Book Police. No vote for the Book Police. Popodao Enver. Popodao Erno. Popodao Richemont. Popodao Varan. I think, you know, a lot of people would say the Lopobia won the war that happened, but the Popodao, I think, lost in terms of popularity. So you got Pollock there as well, which is the Shinheo of Dorian Frog. I always have to remember Dorian, not Damien. Polo was one of the...
Pollack, the inferior frog. Cobalt. That's all you need.
Introduced in Last Station, I think. Pompido or Hongjo was a member of Beto Beto's team.
Am I gonna post this as a video? Every stream that I do here, I leave up. I don't delete them. On YouTube. I don't delete them. So yes, it'll be up. So you can catch the VOD later if you can't see it all now.
By Angel, R.I.P. Pompido / Hongjo. Pondo Zahard is also here. We see Rebecca Pon Zahard, 2 of the princesses mentioned in the Eurasia N incident. So the whole thing that happened with the Eurasia N incident was that a team of 4 princesses was sent and captured her, and 2 of the 4 died. So there was Pondo Zahard, Rebecca Pon Zahard, Uni Zahard, and Kun Masheni Zahard. So Kun Masheni and Pondo survived and became famous because of it, and Rebecca Pon Zahard and Uni Zahard died during the capture of Eurasia N. I think that's a part of the reason why Masheni is ranked in the top 100, is because of her being a part of the team that captured Eurasia N. Pondo, if we ever see her again, maybe she'll have a name change, who knows, but I think she will also kind of be another famous princess. And then Rebecca Pon and Uni died. We're probably not going to see them unless we get a full flashback to the Eurasia N incident, which, you know, we could get. We'll have to wait and see. And then also, of course, it's like, whoa, you know, Eurasia N was stopped by Pondo and Masheni. There was also...
I better see all of the scale of judgment. I thought we'll get a vote just off design, because it's a raw-ass design.
So, you know, a rumor that Haste Zahard and Zahard himself intervened. So, again, I don't think we would have been told, hey, there's a rumor this thing happened, if it didn't actually happen. So I think that...
Hold on. Anytime I tell you guys the people in the Name Hunt Station, like Rose or Baptiste or whatever, were just some ones and zeros, and I didn't care about them, y'all call me a heartless bastard. And she got no votes? You see, actions speak louder than words. Look at y'all. Frauds in my chat.
If we do get more info on it, and if it is as things were explained to us, then Zahard himself and Haste Zahard will probably be involved. Powler is another member of the 2nd Division, I guess, of the 1st or 4th Army Corps that was introduced in Last Station, and, you know, one of those many ones that were probably just one shot by White at the beginning of the arc. Purple Eye Brothers were regulars from the Last Station that were taken out by Misang. I already mentioned Rebecca Pon Zahard. Redbeard, another of the regulars taken out by Bomb, I think, during the Last Station. Red Greymon was another regular who was around a lot during Name Hunt Station and was part of the group, like with Bomb and Kun, who went into the place at the very beginning to go confront Elaine. Then you got Red Guy, 5 Eyes. You have Ridong, who was part of Team Mad Dog, I think. Ridong and Vivi Olga, I think, were often seen together. And were either taken out by Waryun.
Yeah, because I'm like, they're just data. They're just ones and zeros. I'm like, oh, you're mean. No votes? Y'all some frauds.
Maybe when Waryun was still pretending to be Yuto, or they were taken out by Horyang and Novik when Horyang and Novik were going on the bomb rescue mission during Workshop Battle. One of those 2 things. I don't remember if it was Waryun or if it was Novik and Horyang. Robert Isand is one of, and you see Tommy down here as well. Robert Isand and Tommy in the blog post are the people that are kind of in charge of the ranking administration office. So when it comes to how characters are ranked, how the rankings go, Robert Isand and Tommy are part of the ranking administration office. Then you have Rasatani, Egil, who is a regular from the Revolution Road arc, Rodney, who is another of the gamblers from Workshop Battle, Roland was a member of Yama's gang, and I think Roland was killed by Gato when Gato revealed that he was a traitor. Then Rose/D, Baptiste's wife. Royal Park was one of the team leaders, one of the regulars during Revolution Road. Loziel from Season 1. Ryuan was the friend, and they were roommates of Lisa Young during the Last Station. Sanchez was the most prolific by far of Heljo's minions. He was around for almost all of the arc, messing around with the princesses and stuff. Then Scale of Judgment, we just saw recently. Seraphim, Shadow Fox, which was Alphine's creature. Shakur, which was a member of the 1st Division of the 4th Army Corps, taken out by Evangel, probably killed. Sophia Amaye, who was the sort of researcher. And semi-foster mother. It's giving her way too much credit to call her that, of Horyang and Kasano. Then we have the Soul Devourer from the Floor of Death song, also from the Floor of Death. The Tacky Salesman, who was trying to sell his stuff.
Red Greymon sounds like a pocket monster. Greymon is War Greymon and Metal Greymon are Digimon.
To Hugo, and Hugo's like, no, it's all tacky. And he's like, fine, well, guess what? I have Kirin troops in my ship. So that's what happened with the Tacky Salesman. You got Tall guy with Rachel. We never got a name for this guy. He's a kind of really weird inclusion to the story. Feels like we really didn't need this guy to exist unless we're going to see him again. And I don't know if we are. Taro York from the Hidden Grove. Tib, who was the one who was like, open up, Kane. We're going to arrest you.
I was going to say, the Starbucks trio that was in the dog arc, they better all be 0. So I see Tall, I see Vente, I think Grande is the last one. They better all get 0.
Kane's like, come on, Teb. Really, we're doing this, Teb. So that was Teb from the Wall with the Sleeping Forget-Me-Not. Tibo and Rebo fought Wangnan in the workshop battle. Tinker Roche is the 9S, I guess, part of the detached division of the 4th Army Corps. Tinker Yolche and Tinker Roche kind of have this 2B 9S vibe to their designs, and Roche is the 9S in that pairing. Then you got Tochi, who was the teammate of Beto Beto, and Iride, who was taken out by Joaquin completely. Oh no, he wasn't killed by Joaquin. He was killed by Elliot, right? Elliot bifurcated him. Then Tommy, I already mentioned. Toro was part of the Hidden Grove, and I think he had to give his life in order for Cha to be freed, much like Kane had to give her memories for the one to be freed. Drumray's Croc, his big green croc, killed Noobles, but hey, Noobles got the last laugh, it looks like. Then we have Traveler here. Traveler getting 0 votes. Not surprising, even though he showed up in the anime.
I failed Water Jelly. Oh, how could I have done that? Water Jelly should have at least gotten 4 fraudulent votes for me, bro. Just for the memes. I wasn't thinking. I was in loose leg mode. I was in loose leg cheerleader mode. Damn.
I guess, you know what, a little bit.
Yeah, Grande better not have any votes. I think we saw that already.
It feels like somebody would like Traveler, right? Like it feels like somebody would like the guy. The Treasure Eating Stingray, the Minazuki itself. Then we have Trio, another of the regulars. I guess maybe Trio is like a triple form of Tibo and Revo. Another of the regulars introduced to us at the beginning of Last Station. I don't remember if we even ever saw him again. The Unnamed Division Commander with 3 mouths, taken out off screen by Karaka and Doan during the nest. The Unnamed Division Commander with dark skin. Actually, he was the.
I'm taking credit for Vagarov not getting any votes because I showed the world that he's a fraud.
Most hyped up of those division commanders working for Liboric. He kind of did a little bit during that arc. Not as much as you would have thought he did for how much they tried to hype him up, but he did enough that I think if he was given a name, I think he would have done kind of well. Like, I think people would have liked and voted for him if he had a name, because I think he did enough that people would have just remembered him. The unnamed Machine ally who freed Hydrider, we never learned who this was. I kind of thought it might have been Maria. We might get that reveal in the future. As of yet, no idea if it's Maria or not, or no confirmation, but may or may not have been Maria. Then we have Unos, Vanquish, Varigarv, Variel Vani, the key man, who was one of the 10 bosses taken out by Huarian.
Oh, Poison Dragon Vanquish? I thought you guys might have voted for him too.
Then Bisalter Director, Walcott, Wangnan's mom, surprise.
Theo Walcott.
Water Jelly, no votes for Water Jelly, and Wei, who was the other servant of Kumasan K. And I kind of thought while making these results, I was like, is it supposed to be Y instead of Wei? Because you have J and you have K, and those are letters. Is he supposed to be Y? Instead of Wei, is he supposed to be Y this entire time? Like W-I? What's the allele here? Yadu, who was the creature that Garam rode around on. That was Garam's creature. Then Yeonwoo, who, you know, sad, no Yeonwoo voters. Youngsuk, who's Yogurt Auntie. Yokim is like one of the guardians or whatever on the Hell Train. I'm pretty sure it goes something like, they're like, okay, we gotta fight Yokim, and Bora's like, well, time to get the...
Yoker's the guy who copied White Swag and got his hands cut, right?
Over with, and Sachi holds him back and is like, no, Bomb has to do it on his own if he's going to be strong enough to beat Joaquin, so then Bomb has to fight Yokim by himself. Yoker, who was the head of the detached division or whatever of the 4th Army Corps under Caliban, got his fingers chopped off by White. Yubakdal, who was the spear bearer teacher for the 2nd floor. Yulia, who was a princess candidate who had something like, you know, Reflejo at least looked at her, and then Reflejo's whole family, tribe, whatever, were killed, and the people that killed his tribe or family or whatever were wearing Pobedao family symbols. So I kind of thought about saying Pobedao Yulia Zahard, but like she's probably Pobedao, but we don't have the hardest of hard confirmation. And also she was a princess candidate. We don't know if she actually became a princess, but the fact that she was a princess candidate and from the Pobedao most likely means that she would have been pre-Eurasia N. Yung Chang-Su was one of... Hold on, can you even see these on screen? Yeah, except for the last one. Yung Chang-Su was one of the teammates of Waryun in the Crown game. Then Unisona was another of the regulars from the last station. Uni Zahard, I mentioned earlier, died during the Eurasia N capture mission. Yuram Zahard was the sister of Garam Zahard, who went insane after igniting two of the 13-month series at the same time. And then Garam had to put her down, so to speak. And then we've got Yuryu, who was another of the members of I thought with this design, Yuryu would actually be a character, but was actually another of the second division characters that got taken out by White at the beginning of last station. And then lastly, let me figure out how to make it so you can see this. Okay, lastly is Yuto, the real Yuto, not the Waryun pretending to be Yuto, who is in the arc for just a teeny bit. So there's a while there where Waryun is with Kun's team, and then Yuto is with Team FUG, Bomb's team. So unless Waryun can be in the same place at 2 times, then that was the real Yuto that was with Bomb's team for a little while. But then by the time that Yuto fights against Vespa, we see the red hair in there. So by that time, Waryun was probably already in Yuto's place. So pre-Waryun taking Yuto's place, Yuto. And now that we've all been through that marathon, some of you might have even forgotten what this video is about. But in 253rd place, we have the 1 vote gang finally on.
Okay, so now we're doing 1 vote. People who only got a singular vote from everybody. You guys gave the Chupacabra a vote. You know what? I understand it. Whatever her name was, she was kind of fine. I get it. Yeah, I was gooning secretly.
1 vote gang, finally. We have Akronak here, Alumek Edrock, the RE Bandage guy I mentioned before, RE Hakiferion Zahard, Avto, Batis, Bero, Sworn Enemy, Kanzone, Chung Chung from Season 1, Chupacabra, Death Lady.
Bero, Sworn Enemy? Kanzan was okay. I can understand somebody giving him a little bit of love. Lobby was that B-skin. He had a dope design. God of Guardians didn't get as much as I thought he would get. I felt like Death Lady and Deathbird should have got a vote each. There's Kendrick Dial. Yo, he was trash.
Devi, Dobo, Dragon, who was one of the quest givers for Hidden Floor. Now we're getting into characters that I probably won't have to describe because you'll probably remember them. Fenril, the God of Guardians, Gunter, who was one of the... Surprised Gunter didn't get more votes. I'm very pleased with you all. He didn't get more. One of the gamblers, I think, in Workshop Battle, Gran Abuelo, Grandesa getting 1 vote out of all of this. The Grey Wolf. So
You said, huh? Why you saying, huh?
right there below Fenril. Then we have Grobin, one of the members of Team Mad Dog during the Workshop Battle. H23, one of the members of the 2nd Division of the 4th Army Corps. Hachai, who trained Bomb over the time skip for a bit for him to activate 0 or whatever. Haste Zahard.
I remember him. The battlefield gimmick thing. Little Yoon? No, Little Yoon is more raw than that. He had the crocodile tears on deck. He was ready, bro.
I mentioned before was a princess who was...
Bro, I saw Mule. I got so scared, and I'm like, there's no way. I voted for Mule Love more than once, so there's no way he's this slow. Okay, we're good.
Like the only known princess to be offered a 13-month.
And Kukaku Rakuka is still the funniest name, bro.
And that will probably have something to do with the Eurasian incident, but we'll see. You got Hess the Dirtman, was one of the 10 bosses in the Name Hunt Station. Hong Chunhua, one of Bomb's teammates, who again passed with the rest of the team in Season 1 and then just wasn't seen again, has one of the 7 Sacred Swords. Would love to see that come into play again. You got Icarus, who I don't know if Icarus will be an actual character or not, you know? But either way, it was an option. Jong, I think, is another one of the test givers, like the quest givers during the Hidden Floor. Kendrick Deal, Kelhelm's Tree Buffalo, Kun's sister, his actual sister, who we have this little panel of. Knife, another of the random army members from the last station. Kukaku Rakukakuka was another of the regulars. I think the ones brought in with Kun's bag from for the crown game. I think it was Kukaku Rakukakuka, Gray, and Blaroos were those 3, but you know, my memory might be a little bit off. Got Lisa Young from last station, Little Yoon, who deserved more. Lopobia Dokoko, who I think is a bit underrated.
You see, deserved more. You know ball. Oh, Malik PGR1 is here. Okay, that's fair. Red Theresa, Quadrado. Realmon, I remember him. He's the Dorothy Stan from the dog, the cage arc.
Lopobia Fuchile, freaking Five Nights at Freddy's himself. Kind of, you know, Five Nights at Fuchiles. I was kind of
I like Poro Pove. That's the train conductor. I actually kind of like him.
You know, a little disappointed. He deserves a little bit more. Lobi, who... Weird situation being included in the story at all. Is Lobi ever going to be important? Probably not. Why were we given Lobi? Mahan is another of the regulars from the... Was he part of Aka's team? I don't remember if he was part of Aka's team or not, but he was in Revolution Road. Got Miyayum there from the Hidden Floor. Malik 1 PGR, one of the 3 lords. Miss Ice Strawberry and Miss Ice Strawberry's partner. 2 of the members of Wolhaiksong. You've got Mule, who was the Elder Envoy from FUG, who was taken out by Yama, then was like, hehe, joke's on you, I'm going to nuke the place, and then the nuke got sniped by Jordan. You got the Eye Cobra, Percheron Attica, Popodao Giscar, Hugo's Vice Commander, Poken, Potopo, Prometheus, Punk, Quadrado, R and R's brother, and, you know, who has it worse than R's brother? It's one thing to be an unnamed character. It's one thing to be a nothing character, but the only thing that you have is being the relative of a nothing character. Ouch. It's like nobody has it worse than R's brother here. Zooming out so that you can see all of these, hopefully. You got Red Brubia, Red Theresa, who, wow, Red Theresa barely didn't. Red Brubia! So funny, though, deserves more. Rian, another of Kanhong's friends. Relmon, who was one of Yama's gang. We really haven't seen Relmon again after the cage. Chopin, who was mentioned again here in Season 3 at the beginning of the Sprout, I guess. The 6-legged lizard, the sword ranker who was taken out by White, was part of the workshop battle and everything. Tin was the guy who they was part of the... I guess I didn't include the green parasite.
Lizard, that was you, wasn't it? You voted for the lizard. You damn reptile. There's no way you got to vote.
Guy on the poll either, but Tin was one of the ones that was part of the plans to, again, Cosby Yiwa. I did not expect to say that happened once in this video, let alone twice. Tinker Yolche.
Who's R? I'm looking at the picture. R looks like it could be the canine, the Houndborn that Bam beat when Karaka was trying to do something. I can't tell, though. Who are you? Who are you? People are going to wonder who the fuck you are.
The relationship I mentioned before, Tonki, who was really cool. Tonki's story was really cool. Tromari's one reborn.
Okay, I was right. Yes, I think.
I was calling it Tromari's dead soul in my notes and everything, but I saw somebody in somebody's chat, I think probably Dr. Bonehead's chat, call it, or it could have been Ron Can's chat. Somebody called it the One Reborn, and I was like, oh, that's too perfect. I gotta call it One Reborn. Workshop Soldier from Yasracha's flashback, who knows if that'll be important. Yellowy from season 1, part of the Yu Hansung's examination. UJ, who always deserves more love in my opinion, and more screen time too. I like UJ. I wish we got to see more of Wolhaiksong stuff here.
He's the one that pulled up with Mazino to the floor of death. I like him too.
And then Yukon, the toxic waste human, part of the, was he a 10 boss? I think he might have even been one of the 10 bosses.
Yes, Bam sliced up his acid tube things. Toxic waste tubes are.
During the name hunt station. And in 220th place, we have the 2-vote gang with the ancient giant Ashul Edwaru, who is the person who forged the 13 months. Bakriun, the leader of Wolhaiksong, who was mentioned a few times this arc. Bone, I freaking love Bone. I love that picture so much. I love Bone so much. I would die for Bone. From Hidden Floor was the robot guy, part of like Batis and Daddy Yu Hansung's group. And Daddy Yu Hansung is like, no, you don't have to stay behind. You don't have to sacrifice yourself, Bone. And Bone stays behind, sacrifice himself. Gets killed by the Data Serpent Master. No, not Serpent Master, Snake Charmer. Jeez. Bolsar Elliot. And this, one of the biggest shocks to me. This is one of the biggest shock results to me. The Daejang / boss / captain with the mole and with the scar, both of them only getting 2 votes.
I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know, I can't remember exactly when you started this, but if everybody started to see this post the red light district pull up and Mazino's like, I'm here to kill y'all, and they're like, I'm gonna leave it in Belarus. He said this with his entire chest in 4K. They came, they caused havoc and cut because Mazino was there. As much as I don't respect it, fair enough. But with his whole chest, he said, we have to leave it in Belarir's hand. Belarir was your hope? I sold any possible stock in that moment that I could have had for him. So no, I'm proud of the community for this bum being here. Fake ass Zahard. Trash. I don't know. He might do something later, but for now, agenda.
Elbozo, I guess, because wow, no hype apparently. These guys, nothing here. Data Yurik Mazano is here. I think one thing that I noticed from this set of results compared to last set of results is last set of results, a lot of the data characters did really well. A lot of the data characters were really high last time, and the data characters are far lower this time.
I'm taking credit for that, you bunch of ones and zeros.
Yeah, Ding Ding here.
The only acceptable answer is Data Macheni went so hard. You gotta respect it. It might have been okay if they did an off-screen, like get off-screen for like 5 months. The bigger problem is we haven't even seen Belarir yet, which means he got more than 2 votes. I know, and I'm sick to my stomach.
H14, which was
I wish I knew exactly. Phantom Minim getting 2 is actually bananas to me. That one shocks me. This is 2, right? Not 3. Damn, Phantom Minim, eh? I said you bankrupt Fort Knox.
Another of the random army members at last station held Joe. Kun Royale Elliot, who was the ruler of the 44th floor. Gurudan, member of Wolhaiksong, took out Ren back in season 1. And then Lopobia Kadede, Lopobia Sicarius.
Shout out to Pinnacle. That's my boy. That's not Paracule, though. Kadede was with the guy with the guns. Windbird, Vaflejo. Hell Joe surprises me a little bit. It was up for if I wanted Drag to succeed, that was on me. That's King Sleep. That's on me. I'll take that one.
Lobodan / Robodan's doctor, the doctor that tried to save Yasracha, but it's like, nah, too late, can't do it. Mask Girl, Mr. Neon Bag. Mask Girl was a part of Akka's team through the early Hell Train, and Mr. Neon Bag, of course, from Yuan Sung's examination. Got Nanatona from the detached division of Yasracha's 5th Army Corps. The party guest who looks like a lane, Fantaminum. Fantaminum, way lower than last time, Phones are called Drac, again, member of Jonhee's division this time around. Pinnacle is regular from the last station. I'm trying mentally to think and say less now because I've said it way too much. So I did it again. Bobodao Proust, who very low. Bobodao family, not doing the most well, except for a couple that you'll see. Bobodao Ragma, Bobodao Ruini, Raflejo, who could have done a little better. Not much of a boost from the anime, I think. Stuart Arthur, who was the altar director for Zahard's altar during the last station pre-order stuff.
Tulala.
Who was a regular from Wolhaiksong.
Tulala.
Verdi didn't do well last time. Verdi not doing well again this time. Vivi Olga was a member of Team Mad Dog, I believe, who was probably taken down alongside Ridong by, again, either Waryun or Nova Koryan, don't remember. And then Windbird was a big part. Windbird, more votes than did Coco. Was a part of the first defensive wall of the nest. Now, we have our 3-vote gang in 203rd. 203rd, you got Alexei Amigo Chaz, Ari Han, another of the 10 family heads, Beto, Emily, first Emperor from season 1, Flippa.
Ari Han only 3, eh?
3 lords, then Ghost of the 13 Months, and I also mentioned...
Who gave Levy 3 votes? Oh, you know what? No, I'm tripping. Levy got 3 votes? Ew, I'm disgusted.
Flux being one of the children of Nixeth, goes to the 13 months, Kundevo Perez, the ever-curious Levy, Lopobia Orari, who was the son of the branch leader of the snake branch of the Lopobia family, Megalodon, we got some shark fans here, Nia Nia from...
I have a terrible joke to make. I genuinely don't care that anybody didn't vote for the Ghost of 13-month series, but the fact that I start my video with like and subscribe, unless you want the Ghost of the 13-month series to get you and don't stay notified, I'm a little offended. I say that in every Tower of God video before I start yapping. I gotta do better with my psyops. I wonder where that clan from the season 2 opening ranked. Amigo Chaz only 3. He's the main character. Yeah, he's like every panel apparently.
Early season 2, Pobedao Kir, Trughe the crab, Tupari, and Shia Lulu. And then I think I also have, I have the 4-vote gang here. 188th place, 4 votes. You got the 43rd floor administrator, who I think is the coolest looking administrator we've seen.
Isn't he dead? Administrator the Sprout. Okay, so we just Administrator Hype, God of Guardians. Okay, the one that talked about the evil in Shinsu and blah, blah, blah. I like Charlie. I think Charlie could be a little bit higher. I fuck with Charlie. Data Viola is too high, and nobody else here I really care about except the long-tailed tit. No, I'm kidding. I like Perseus.
The administrator of the Sprout, that's a pretty recent one. Blue Thrissa, Charlie, Dadaviol, the God of Guardians, God of Guardians, getting more votes than God of Guardians proper, because we know that the guy on the Hell Train was God of Guardians, but his story doesn't really align with this guy that we saw in the V flashback, so this is the guy from the V flashback. You got Green April here, Jade, who is a new addition, one of the Revolution members. The Revolution members, seemingly, not doing too hot. Then, I feel like there's not a ton of recency bias for this poll compared to a lot of polls that you see. But I think there's pretty good reason for that. You got Kunhind Luck, you got Library Girl, Lopobia Perseus, the Long-Tailed Tit, technically Mother Long-Tailed Tit, from the Hidden Floor, Muradic Guardian from Revolution Road. The party guest with Edwan was sitting around with Edwan when he was bragging about taking out mechanoids or whatever, and the other family heads were there. Yan Ilarde, who may or may not end up showing up in the series in some way. I still have a personal theory of how I think Ilarde will show up, but we will see. Also interesting that Irang and Irade is, kind of similar there. Or actually, I keep saying Day, but it's more like Irado. So Irang versus Irad. I still think there's a way that she could show up, but this isn't the place for that. Let's get into the top 187. 180 is a tie with 5 votes apiece. You see Goon here. Once again, you're making me proud not voting him higher. Goon.
Who the fuck is Goon? And why did you Gooners vote for Goon? Hachian's father. Okay, I guess. Lopo be a purper. I get it. She's fine. Shout to Miss Sleep. 180. I respect it. Who gave Lutch 4 votes? I don't know, but they deserve to trip and fall and break their phone. The reason that the recent ish in TLG is bad.
Goon was one of Warion's teammates during the crown game alongside Young Changzu, I think was his name. Lopo be a purper. Got Ha Chonhee's father, Papa Chonhee, based votes there. Fonsakal Irure, got Kun Hasheling, Bobadao Noodles, who, did a little bit better than Trom's Croc, and Liliol's cat.
Liliol's cat? Can you guys be serious for once in your life? What did it do? Yeah, it's hard to have recency bias when the most recent arc stinks. Also, don't think a lot of this did good for these characters. Like, I genuinely think the Lopobia family looks better on average, if I remember correctly. There's some ugly ones, but like the squirt gun girl, the girl with the chupacabra and the blood be looking good. Alfine looks good. Elaine looks good. They have all look good. Even the twins and the mom, Laura, look good. But like, they don't perform, I would argue. Oh, you'll have some very unserious votes. God damn it.
Liliol's cat in my notes.
I thought Alfine would be
to
higher.
The cat as a death and in the character poll, but I felt like a lot of people wouldn't get the reference. It's because there's this one scene where Liliol is like, while you're distracted by the irregular or whatever, she's like, while you're distracted by that, Death is slowly creeping up behind, and then we get a shot of the cat creeping up behind. It's like, oh, the cat's name, it's Death. So then we have Lopobia Alfine. That's the last of our 5-vote 180th place tie here. So going up then to 170th place, we have 6 votes apiece for Arie Anna, Lopobia White Garment Widow, Dorian Frog, Pandit, who was a member of Team Mad Dog, seen most often with Robin, taken out by Horyang and Novik when they were going to rescue Bomb. We got the party guest with red hair, who I said there's been a bunch of theories about, Hachon Hee, Lopobia Kandidi, Quietro Blitz, who didn't do as well as Chang, despite doing better than Chang last time, and I'm just a little bit surprised that Quietro didn't...
Vespa! Chian Hee-ha being this low kind of makes me sad. I think she's a really good character. I really like her.
Do more well than this, especially with the anime and everything. But then again, Quattro was part of that really infamous clip that like is probably one of the only things that a lot of people have seen from the anime with that really bad animation. So there's Lopo Be a Jew and then Vespa. Vespa and Verdi didn't do well last time. Also not doing great again this time, but I think did slightly better. 157 brings us to 7 votes. We have Data Yu Han Sung in 11. We've got also Quant down here. Quant's a little bit low, and Sola. Then Lopobia Haracha, who was pretty popular last time, but last time we were right there at the end of the nest. Elpathian down here. Hendelot Gladmary Zahard, which is like the second highest for a character we haven't even seen yet. Then Lopobia Katan.
He got the blick, the yop, the machine. Yes, Ratchet's cat.
Ratchet's cat, the Popodal Fluffy Hat guy.
Oh my god, I was hoping at least this would be Moron, because Kane or Kane is better, which means Doan is higher, and my disappointment in you guys is immeasurable, and it's going to continue to rise.
What a shame. What a shame. What a waste. Then Kane, Kel Halam, who I like. I like Kel Halam.
Kel Halam,
has never been popular. I feel like I'm one of the only people who like Kel Halam. And Popodal.
Kel Halam is a bozo. I don't know that I like him, but those arrows are cool.
Michelle. So that was all our 157th place. In 146th place, with 8 votes, you got the second floor administrator, Lopobia Kayup, who didn't actually do as well as...
He's too raw. Alpine deserve better. Hit my line, girl. I'll console you for ranking this low. Haku, just want to let you know the too raw agenda was pushed by me. Praying that party guest with red hair is Blossom and Gustang. Oh man. Nah, we need Lolly Blossom. Yeah, she's probably gonna be very built like Elaine from Seven Deadly Sins.
As I was thinking, he might.
Who voted for Kukuda?
Ghost, Lopobia Kukuda. Arrogant Kraken, Lopobia Yule. Verdish, who I voted for. Then Datakun, at least one of my votes. I spread out the votes that I had. Then Datakun Kisea. Also,
I kind of did the same thing too. I won't lie. At least every day I voted for Loose Like or Mule Love, but I tried to spread mine out a little bit. Try to show some love to my top 10.
Like speaking of like Danwan Huang getting 0 votes, I kind of made a rule for myself since I could see the results. It's like, okay, I'm not allowed to vote for anybody who has 0 votes because I feel like that's me using meta knowledge of the results to influence things. So I set that rule for myself. But Datakun Kisea got Mixeth, got Ryua, who was the person who was talking at the beginning of, well, I guess right after they formed their team, talking to Yiwan. Yiwan, the old translation called her like Auntie Ryua. So who knows if that means, I guess she's probably part of the Yan family, but that's probably just a translation of honorific, so she's probably not her actual aunt, though, I mean, she could be, can't really rule it out, but probably just a young family member that Yiwa was talking to. Then in 137th place with 9 votes, you've got Beta, who, bringing the first member of Team Novik's team, bringing the
deepest, darkest, blackest foot, Gado. Ratna Gra look good, I understand.
Team Novik average down, come on Beta. Then Lopobia Mur, who I liked, Gado, Ratnagra. Then Ho, Ranmei, Lopobia Gororo, Tura, who is one of the weirdest cases of a character that we got a box for. Like, why did we get a character?
Childish, your agenda. We see it. You push Tura as high as he could go because he too raw. He ain't get the Yas Ratcha body I was promised, though. And I see Holland with his hot-ass breath over there. My tongue is hot. Brush your teeth.
Intro box for this guy. I got Tura, and then Holland. Holland doing, I guess, not surprisingly, like, I like Gododo. I could have seen, like, for me, Gododo could have done higher, but Holland, like, I don't know, he's been through a lot of bad stuff, but that's kind of just it. Holland showed up with a cool design, and then the story just kind of shit on him for, like, 100 or so chapters. In 132nd place, at 10 votes, you got Data Kun Marco Asensio, Full Black, who I'm kind of surprised didn't do better, honestly. I thought a lot of people would...
His name is Full Black? I want to make that my Twitter name. Full Black, bro. I think the aunt thing is sometimes a translation of Nuna.
Vote for him. He's a regular from season 1. In the anime, they dressed him up like Zoro. When you like put in your votes and everything, he was down at the bottom right by the vote button. So I was like, okay, he has kind of a goofy name, and he's right by the submit vote button. So I just figured people would be reminded of him every time they voted, and people would just throw some votes to him. So I do think that's what happened. Like, if you were a random meme character, like in the middle of the sea of 500 plus characters, it's one thing. But when you're like right there by the submit button, people get reminded of you. So I think that's why he got these votes. Then you have Namo, who did better than Sola. I like Namo's hair more. Popodal Lu, I know some of these were Pate votes. And then Yuliu Mata, I like Mata. In 125th place with 11 votes, you got Aqua Williams, who was just in the top 100 last time, falling just out of the top 100.
Full black. Okay, yeah, these make sense. I like Serena. Serena's funny to me. Yo, babes, the whole time, I think Gustang took his tongue and set it on fire, and he was just drooling his tongue out. My tongue is hot. I'm like, yeah, because you didn't brush your teeth. Your breath is hot.
this time. Serena Rinnan, who from season 1 is a pretty popular character, did pretty well last time, but a lot of the season 1 characters did a lot less well, and I think it's because last time when we did the poll, we were kind of toward the end of the nest, which means that season 1 of the anime was way fresher. That was way newer, so I think that a lot of season 1 characters did really well in the poll last time because of the season 1 of the anime being kind of recent. Then you got Gus, Yuhana. I think Yuhana was also just within the top 100 last time, falling out this time. I like Yuhana. Got Boro. It's sad to see. Sad to see Boro so low. Then Lopobia, El Baba. What a great...
Now, who allowed this to happen? I didn't cook El Bozo enough. Why is he so goddamn high? He's trash. What did he do? Just because he's Elaine's dad? He stinks. If you care about Elaine, you should have never voted for this fucking bum.
Design. Like, I don't know. Kind of bummer what happened with the character. What a great design. Maybe we could
Darker Than Black is a great anime.
see some El Baba redemption in the future. Him coming back with the milk and cigarettes. Then you have Raguel, or Angel, who also dropped kind of a bit. But again, it's been over 3 years since we've seen Raguel/Angel. And actually not just over 3 years, but like well over 3 years. But definitely in the past 3 years, we have not seen Raguel or Angel. In 117th place with 12 votes, you have one of the Red Witch guides from the Floor of Death, and Jordan.
I can't help it. I always call her AI, and then I say Allen Iverson. Jordan is lower than I thought. I still like Jordan. I never voted for him, though. You see, Rashut was her name. Lopobia Rashut. Yeah, she's fine as hell.
One of my favorites, I freaking love Jordan. Baylord Along Lopobia Rashut, who is, of the branch leaders, pretty highly rated. Dadaku Nedwan, who dropped a ton. Dadaku Nedwan was really highly ranked the last time. Still, didn't do terribly this time.
Lore! My sleepy king, young sleep. What are you doing all the way down here? Y'all didn't put enough respect on Fonzie called Lore, and you will pay. You will rue the day.
This isn't terrible, almost top 100, but now people have like the real Edwan to vote for.
Then you will rue the day.
Who isn't super surprising to me, given that when I was reading week to week through season 1, through season 2 even, especially like early season 2 before we got to Hell Train, he was a goofy fan favorite character. People loved that he could be fun, he could be comic relief, and then have cool scenes as well. But not only has he not done anything in years and years and years and years, I see more and more comments of people complaining about characters like that who have kind of just done nothing in years and years and years and years. And then lastly, my nemesis, well, not lastly, well, there's my nemesis, Daddy Concho, and the frog who never lies. Are we not getting more votes for the frog who never lies? He was used as the lie detector by Traumare in the Enkidu interrogation scene, which I mean, Traumare can literally control animals. Why are you believing? Like, Traumare just made the frog say things, and Gastong's like, must be true. And then after that, you end up with him showing up and being like, found ya, to Andorthian, and Andorthian being like, what the heck, a talking frog? And then gets caught by Traumare and Holden. In 114th place with 13 votes, you got Dadakun Masheni, Eurasia Blossom, and Hayurin. You got two of the family heads here, Blossom and Yurin, tied at 13 votes. And in 113th place at 14 votes, you got Valhalla. Valhalla being the one person there. I didn't accidentally say tied, did I? Might have. 111th place is a tie, though, at 15 votes between Jumbo and Lopobia Rens.
The Kung Fu Elephant, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. How were you already done? That's crazy. Lore and Wang Wang combos now. Lore slumming it with Wang Wang. You hate to see it.
/ Ling, they are the same character. They're just one person with two bodies that they can control. So Ren and Ling and Jumbo, I think Ren and Ling are really, really underrated here. A big drop from last time, and I think that Ren and Ling's fight with Bomb was one of the better fights in season 3. So yeah, kind of low for me. Again, throwing in my own opinions. Then you have 105th with 16 votes, the Astronaut Revolution member who did more well than expected, way more than.
No. Neil Armstrong was going crazy. I understand it.
The bosses or whatever, but Revolution still not doing that great, but I thought would even do less than Sweetfish. Well, I didn't think they would do less until I started seeing votes come in, and then I was like, oh no, they're not doing very well. You got Sweetfish here, who our Lord and Savior Sweetfish carrying the main trio. Then Data Zahard, the real Kun Marco Asensio, also dropping out of top 100. Mule Love just outside of the top 100 here, and Pericule, all the meme votes draining away, and
I didn't push Mule Love a lot. I should have given him a vote a day. That's on me.
Fuel dropping from like 20.
I will take it. This one was on me.
First place, 22nd place, 22nd, I think, dropping all the way down here into 105th. And then 101st place, just outside the top 100. You've got 17 votes,
Invisible
a tie
girl.
between Dravi, Kang Horyang, or Benjamino Wilmar, who is the only member of Team Tang Siyuk this time who didn't make top 100. Last time, the only one to not make top 100 was Gosang. This time, Ilmar dropped, which is sad. You would think with the anime, he would have gotten a boost. And also, he's kind of one of my favorite members of that team. I just think he's a really good character, but he hasn't been around in forever, and, kind of a bummer that he's this low. Dravi also could have been higher, in my opinion. Michael, who, I don't know, were these meme votes? Who's voting for Michael? Michael and Apple got no votes last time. This time, Apple got no votes, but people are out here voting for Michael, and we have Sachi Faker also tied with him. So last time, Sachi and Horyang were tied with each other in 77th, and now they're tied with each other for 101st. So both of them have dropped a bit from us not having seen them, I guess. Now it's time for our top 100, and time to zoom in so I don't spoil you. There aren't too many ties. I feel like there are less ties compared to last time.
Wagnad's a weapon.
Last time we got 17k votes. This time we got 12k votes. A lot of those votes, though, were kind of from the top. If you take, like, any random, like, 50th place to 50th place, or...
It did speak to us. it did speak to us. We didn't see Cobalt yet or Loose Legs, so I'm currently okay. I'm happy with chilling. Elaine, neither.
72nd place to 72nd place. If you take that from this poll and compare to last poll, in some cases, this poll is even higher for those positions until you get to the very, very top. So it's like this was just a tougher, tighter competition between characters. The results weren't as top-heavy as last time, which again kind of makes sense given that the characters that were at the very, very top last time, not all of them had the best showings in the recent arc. Not many characters other than the family heads had very particularly good showings in the most recent arc. But again, opinions aside, we have 99th place is actually a two-way tie, 99th and 100, between Wynon's Mysterious Weapon. It also did quite well last time, and the Serpent Master, who I think is underrated. I think Serpent Master is a really good character. So I think Serpent Master is being a bit underrated here. Then in 95th place, that means we have another tie here, a five-way tie, I believe, with Roku.
Speak on Wagner being better than Mule Love. I mean, no.
Who is a character.
I'm the only Mule Love fan in the world. You think I don't know that? It's just me. Everyone else only saw the vision that I saw.
Who did basically nothing, but people love Roku. People like gush about this design.
No, Roku had a sick design, and I wanted Roku to do more. I don't like the way she went out, and the Serpent Master is trash. I wish we had a Kubera popularity poll. I promise you, I'm not making it. You see, I'm not doing that. If a poll already exists, I would love to go through it. I am not going through every Kubera character to make a poll. I promise you I'll never do it. The fact doesn't have more votes than Parakill makes me realize there's no hope for humanity. He had the revolution though. Nah, it's okay. Again, I see the greatness. I saw Bam. Bam needs to run him his royalties because he was smoothing on Blue Ore for a minute, but it's okay. Some of us see the vision, some of us don't.
Design so much. I've seen a bunch of fan art of this design. People just really, 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 really like this character that did pretty much nothing, which is a little bit of a bummer we didn't get more. Also tied there.
Hayden is way lower than I thought.
Moderately well last time. Here again is kind of a middling position. An important character, but not a character that I feel a lot of people are going to go, yeah, this is totally my favorite. And then Eurasia and Zahard also tied with the three.
This is lower than I thought too, but you know what? When we free her and she goes crazy, it's going to be lit.
Of that, or two of them, we got one more to go. Eurasia N tying with them makes sense. It's a lore character, a popular lore character at that. Can't wait to see more. Tied with the three of them is Audie Hone with 19 votes, and actually Audie Hone dropped a bit from last time, even though we actually got to see more of him, and I think his character was pretty cool in the Amazu flashback. But yeah, a little bit of a drop for Audie Hone actually. And then in 94th place with 20 votes,
I like Garnak. Garnak might be my favorite elder so far we've seen from FUG. You voted for Haydon? Hey, shout to Haydon.
We've got Garnak, a new FUG elder that was given to us in 90. I think it's probably 92nd. Yeah, 92nd place is a tie with 22 votes between Isas, Ademone, and Gyeteng. So Gyeteng maybe getting a little bit of an anime boost here. Good, kind of fun, meme character. And Isas, a bunch of people I keep seeing in chat and everything. Hello, Isas Ademone here. So Isas Ademone, 22 votes, 92nd place. And then 91st place, you've got Jaina, Rebelista, Zahard, who I think is doing slightly better than last time. I think Rebelista was maybe slightly out of the top 100 last time and is now a little bit in the top 100. So
I know.
votes. I think people in general,
I know for a fact she stinks. It was so hard to vote since it was just your favorites, not do you like the character? Yeah, so you kind of have to. So ideally, you would always pick your top three. I feel it. My bad. I'll stop biting. Garnak has a good sense for snark. Yeah, and I like his design too. I'd have sent Garnak a vote if we had more votes per day. Feel it.
Princesses did pretty well overall. People, I think, are excited for Princesses, given some of the things we just saw. Our top 90 starts with another kind of four-way tie. We have 24 votes. Yogo saying last time was just barely outside of the top 100, now is within the top 100. Maybe the anime helped out a little bit, but I know a lot of people that just like Goseng. Then we've got Popodao Liboric Kun, who did quite a bit better than last time. Is it because he's returning and maybe will actually do something? Is that potentially why? But Liboric last time didn't even make top 100. I don't think he did that badly, but he did a lot less well than you would have expected last time, and actually did pretty okay this time, despite not really being around. Also tied with them is Kun Maria Zahard at 24 votes, who you'd think, I thought, recency bias, I thought Maria would do way more well than this, but no, 87th place is very well for a character we've seen like once outside of flashbacks, but
True.
Solid enough. And then Hayura also tied with the three of them. So yeah, you got.
I hate all of you guys for letting Yura get this high. Oh my God, she's trash. I haven't seen Tiara yet, which is good news. I'd probably just give them to Tiara if I'm being honest. I'm giving Tiara some votes.
You're there. I think that's a solid enough placement. I think maybe doing a little bit worse than last time, but not too much worse than last time. Just a little bit down. In 83rd place, we have another big tie, 25 votes. Rex Sworn Enemy, gotta be meme votes. Must be meme votes. Who is voting Rex Sworn Enemy? And the other three members of that tie are, first, being Prince. You know, that's fair enough. I think
Trash.
Prince was around 70-something-ish maybe last time. So
Trash!
A little bit, was also in the anime, so there is that. Tied with them is Grace Arlen, who dropped a bit from last time. I think Arlen did better last time. Was pretty hyped up last time. I think maybe even made top 50. But this time, you know, dropping out of the top 50, but not a crazy drop. And also tied with him is Chung Blarode.
Trash!
Good to see. I really like Chang. I think Chang last time
He's dead.
was maybe in 90 something, so moved up slightly. Maybe the anime people liked him from that. So there's that. Then in 82nd with 26 votes, you got Muntari. I freaking love Muntari. Muntari did well last time though. Did Muntari make top 50 last time? Maybe around 60 something. But Muntari did really well last time, and also really well this time despite not showing up. I just really liked Muntari, and a lot of other people did too. And then in 81st place is Evan Edrock, who again I think is just doing slightly worse than last time. I think Evan was around the same place last time, maybe just a teeny bit higher.
I think. Oh my God, who's calling me? Don't call me. Why is Tellis calling me? Nah, Evan is him. It's just he hasn't been around for a minute. Even when we saw Yuri, we haven't really seen him. So I get why maybe he's not in people. He's not top of mind in the fan base's, you know, psyche.
In the 60s or 70s, so there is that. But I think this is a pretty solid placing overall for Evan. Top 80 starts off with a two-way tie, 79th place between Sophia Tan, the FUG Elder, at 28.
Oh, what's up, Inspirational? I butchered that so bad. Let's try it again. Inspirational. My bad. Hope you're good, yo. It's the GOATs. Arlene season 4. Please, SIU was a Soul Tiara voter. I'm not mad at it. Gina is just Simi if he was a Zahard princess, aka staying in the room and playing games. Chang was hyped for 100 chapters and died accomplishing nothing. That's why I can't respect him. I like Sophia Tan. She's my second favorite elder.
8 votes. Good place for Sophia Tan. I think she was also around here last time. And Arie Vicente, who has dropped a bit in the rankings, but again, he has been off screen for 3 years, so it would make sense to drop a little bit. You've been off screen for 3 years. Before them is 77th place, a tie between Hobadao Mateha, who I
hard ass concrete booty
enjoy, so it's cool to see this high. I think was in like barely in the top 100 last time, moved up a little bit this time, saved Hugo, and and had a little bit of a fight with. He had a fight, and his interactions were generally good in the hotel. He had the fight with Jam Jam, plus just, yeah, his role in that arc was pretty good. So, you know, did some things since then. It was funny. I was thinking Selena in Dr. Bonehead's chat for that chapter, when they got to the scene where it's revealed that he saved Hugo, or he's holding Hugo, they were like, I'm gonna give him a vote for that.
My ass hasn't read in so long. I don't recognize any of these characters. A lot of them are new. That Arie Vincent, that's a dude? Yeah. That's the current owner of White's body, or you know how White siblings, Vincente is the one that's currently in the lead right now. After the White fight, remember, White retreated into himself or whatever or something or blah blah blah. So yeah. Honestly, I rather Hulkin or Hulqueen, but I'm not mad at it. I've made my peace with the White situation a long time ago. I've moved on to greater and better things, like Lucelek.
I thought that was really funny. Also tied there in 77th is Daniel Hatchett, another character who, of course, hasn't been around, but is really loved because was just a really good character. One of those characters that showed up, had a full character arc, and that was it. They just had their full character arc, and it was good. Then in 75th place, we have another two-way tie. This time, Kirin is tied with somebody. Kirin isn't surprising here. Kirin, I'm not even sure if Kirin broke the top 100 last time. I don't think he did. So to break the top 100 this time is good, but Kirin is not super crazy popular. And Kirin tied with Baylord Paul, who did quite a bit better than last time. Paul didn't make top 100 last time, makes it this time. Somewhat memey probably, but also I get just liking Paul. His story was okay before he just disappeared, and his design's really good, so it's like I can't really fault people for voting this way. Then in front of that, in 74th place, this will probably hurt a lot of you, Anak Zahard, the daughter. Big fall off. 31 votes, 74th place, and the last time Anak was in 20-something, 24th place, so like a 50-place drop, something like that. And it seems like an extreme drop for Anak. But I think there's a really good reason that Anak Zahard is this low. I think it's because, not that her votes are low this time, it's that I think Anak's votes were really inflated last poll. Because last poll was closer to season 1 of the anime, and Anak's basically a main character in season 1. So we had just had season 1 of the anime recently for last poll, and last poll, during the voting of last poll, was the chapter where Anak and Andorthy showed up for the first time in like forever. So she had just showed up for the first time in forever, and we had just had Jin Sung talking to Tromare about doing the marriage tournament. So she had just showed up in season 3 for basically the first time, and they were talking about an arc in which she could have played an important role. So I think that, plus the anime season 1, really inflated Anak's votes last time, and Anaka didn't have either of those things going this time, because we pretty much found out that, yeah, she didn't play a role in that arc, and basically hasn't been around for 3 years, except for a brief cameo, basically. In 73rd place at 33 votes is Ari Bright Sharon. I really like Ari Bright Sharon, so I'm happy for this placement. Also, you know, barely made it into the top 100 last time, a little bit higher this time. Then in 72nd place with 34 votes, you have Lopobia Laura. I really like
The suspendium in the hair is so raw. I actually do like her.
Laura, the MILF herself. So I love this panel of her. So I'm happy for this placement. And then in 71st place at 36 votes, Arya Yanieta. Once again, like I mentioned with
Pass again. Let's go crazy over there. You said Naya. Help. Some of you guys gotta be stopped, bro. You guys gotta be stopped. What's up? What's up, Pyro Primo? What's going on? Hope all is well. Actually, are you around on Wednesday for the big stream? But that's crazy. Laura's design is great. MILF detected. Yep. Her mother is better. Keating the tie with an axe. Sadness. I blame SIU. Keating hot. Keating's fraudulent. Best tree. Absolutely. Yeah, Daniel's pretty cool. Looks like it's goated. But yeah. Sorry. Following by the chat.
Characters like Daniel was a character who showed up, had a full character arc. Daniel, Muntari, characters like that showed up, was good.
Arya Indiana being here is solid. I've always liked him. I always respected how he kind of went out too and everything, and he had a good fight with Rand.
And kind of complete, kind of a good, complete character. We break into the top 70 with yet another 4-way tie, and this one includes Shibisu at 37 votes. Shibisu, once again, last time we had just had
the big brain
recently, and last time we were finishing up the nest, and Shibisu was around, kind of doing things for almost all of the nest. So this time we don't have that anime boost. I mean, we got season 2 of the anime, but I feel like it didn't do as well as season 1. And also, he doesn't have the boost from the manhwa because he hasn't been around in 3 years, unlike last time. Then he tied with 3 others. First, Rowan Yuya, another character who had a full character arc, people liked, people enjoyed. Surprising to see Rowan a little bit higher than Daniel, since it was the other way around last time, but Rowan did really well last time too. Then also tied with him is Lopobia Poko. What about Pokoko? Lopobia Pokoko.
Does anybody remember what happened when I first saw Pokoko and he scared the shit out of me and his little turtle? And I'm like, what do you mean? You're like Tinkerbell height, yo. I can't believe that happened to me. The true strategist on like a certain blue head. Aguero actually, there are no Aguero fans really in my neck of the woods. No one likes him. I feel like I'd be defending Aguero, but Shibisu more better, more smarter, more cooler.
37 votes, and also tied with them, Blood thinks he's on the team. 37 votes, 67.
100 Vance Calavan. Rumors and legends say that he's still on his knees, waiting for Trauma Ray to allow him to get back up. Jump scared by a webtoon. I don't know why it scared me. That's so funny to me every time I think about it. So Pokoko being here to me is just funny. But shout out to 100 Bands Calavan. That's my boy. Come back. We need you.
Calavan went from 21st place, I think, to 67th. Hasn't been around for 3 years, and I feel like the Calavan stocks have fallen. It's so funny to see characters like Pokoko and Rowan and Shibisu, and then Calavan. It's so funny. So big fall off for Calavan. I still like Calavan. I saw somebody that had a good theory for Calavan's fall off too.
We have Urek at home. At home, Urek. Don't kill me. Calavan's about where I thought he should be. This spot makes sense for me because he hasn't been active. He's been on his knees. Trauma came, he went on his knees, they left, and Legend said he's still kneeling.
That said something like, Calavan before, a part of the hype of the character and a part of the reason a lot of the people like the character was because Calavan was having really big fights and was like really big in like power scaling, stuff like that. But now we've seen more of Yurek, we've seen the family heads, we've seen Luzlek, and compared to that, now we've just seen like bigger power scaling stuff, bigger fight stuff.
We've also seen like Lobodon, I think, is very impressive with his tree ability and primal punch stuff. And then we've seen like Dumas, I don't think he could beat Dumas, but I still think he's one of the better high rankers in the tower for the time being. But that's my boy, yo. It's my boy. Caliban's my boy, man. Caliban VVS chain might be fake after this season. Need to diamond test him. I expect him to be at least maybe top 50. I feel like anywhere from 50 to about 70 is where I expected him. So yeah, I like the stream, y'all. Appreciate y'all. I like the stream.
And that's probably why Caliban has fallen off quite a bit. In 66th place,
Shark Nose! I respect it.
Is Shark Nose. Very funny. You could, like, this is a very likable meme choice, so makes a ton of sense. Shark Nose here with 38 votes. 65th place is Leroro, a character that I've always liked, a character that's always been popular, got 39 votes, so it totally makes sense for me for Leroro to be this high. I think was maybe just a little bit higher last time, but dropped a teeny bit, so this placement, to me, makes a lot of sense. Above Leroro is Aria Albelda, or the White Clone. I'm cool just saying Albelda because a lot of official Tower of God stuff says Albelda. I put White Clone in there because there's always people that's like, well, it's not technically Albelda. It kind of is now. It kind of is Albelda now. And also official Tower of God stuff calls her Albelda, so I'm cool to say that. 40 votes, 64th place. Did really well last time. I think maybe 40-something last time. So dropped a little bit, but also hasn't been around in 3 years, so that makes sense. And then into 63rd, I think is... Yeah, okay, I was like, is that a tie? No, 63rd place.
I'm not mad at this. Nennea was a pretty... Nennea was pretty good. It was one of the better parts about the Yas Racha Wang flashback with Doom, Paul, and the Amba and everything. The plants and machines. That was pretty good. Pretty cool. Okay, I've swallowed. Water Jelly Lizard actually got 0 votes. Absolutely none. 0. So you and I are frauds for that. That's on us. Because ain't nobody in the world make more water jelly jokes than you and me. So that's on us. We failed him. We can't look at nobody else. We only point the finger inward. Water Jelly had 0. Too bad Nen son's a bum.
41 votes is Nennea. Last time Nen and Doom were beside each other. Little mother and son beside each other on the poll. But this time, not quite. 63rd place, 41 votes, Nennea. Really popular character for good reason. Nen was just
I'm seeing an AM. That can't be who I think it is.
a good, full, completed character. And then we have the tie-up.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Shout to Jam, Mosquito. That's Mr. Mosby. That's the hotel manager. The Dragonfly hotel manager. That's my boy. He had the rockets and the machinery. Stop playing with him. Be nice. So yeah, we failed the GOAT. We really did. Do it again and keep doing it. I will. Water Jelly should have been top 20. It's our fault.
I was thinking of 61st place.
We did it.
42 votes between Lopobia Jam or Zamzam and Kun Masheni Zahard in 61st, dropping from like 30-something last time, I think. Maybe she was in the like upper...
This is shocking to me. I'm a little shocked by this. I was at least top 50. Zamzat might be top 5 Lopobia member. On God, he might be. The manager was rebuilt to be strong, better, faster, smarter. Who did you think Am was? Bam! I said, ain't no way that's Bam. I would probably get stoned for who got my votes. Well, mine was Mule Love, Loose Leg, and my last one was different every day. I threw something Cobalt because that's my frog. That's my goat. They said he ate 10,000 snakes or 1,000 snakes to ascend to a garden deity. He put the work in. He grinded. I saw level 1 Cobalt as a baby. He went through 2 evolutions and became level 100. I saw him. Teleportation. That's my goal for real.
Lower top 20s rather. Or top the top 30 in the 20s somewhere. But yeah, Masheni Jam. I really like Jam. So did a lot of people. Kind of did better here at the character poll. Got that W back over Mate, and then tied with Masheni. You know, when is the Masheni Jam buddy cop movie or rom-com happening? There are no more ties in the top 50, so you just gotta bear with us.
Enkidu? Alright. Stream's over. Goodbye. Ain't no way I saw Enkidu this high. What are we doing? What are we doing? What? I don't think. Wait, have we seen Bellarear yet? Have we seen Bellarear yet? Hold on. I'm stressed. Now I'm stressed out. This Enkidu, this fucking piece of jello, flubber, goddamn.
Few more ties here at 43 votes. You have Lopobia Enkidu, who was a big part of the current arc, but I feel like a lot of people didn't like as much. You know, the Jelly Jiggler himself, the Baja Blast.
The Baja Blast, the Jelly Jiggler is hilarious. What did I call it? I called him Flubber. I called him Jello. I called him Jelly. There was something else I called him. I can't remember what it was though. This is insane. This is insane.
I thought to myself, I was like, I used the Jello Cube as his sort of icon, his picture here. And I just thought, if I used the human form, if I used the just Chad, muscular human form as the picture, would Enkidu have done better? That's something that I think I'll always have to wonder about. Would Enkidu have done much better if I had, instead of...
I think he would have done worse secretly.
The Jello picture, used the human form picture. But that's another person who isn't on this list here, is another person not on this list is the human Enkidu that the Jello Enkidu took the body from, stole his identity. But tied with Enkidu at 43 votes is Baylord Doom, this time doing a bit more...
Jelly works because he's jelly and he's jelly. I think I like you stressed out. You enunciate better when you're stressed. TOG community don't deserve shit. I can't believe this. Enkidu? Enkidu.
The Nen pulling away a bit from Nen the character pool. 59 is Doom, who may have died an awful, poorly done death, but we'll have to wait and see. In 57th, I think, is another two-way tie. 46, it's Suo. Suo, also really good character. I get people like Suo, I think, did even more well this time. So, yeah, kind of nuts that the ranking went up, but people like Red Witches. Then tied with Leviathan. Who is voting Leviathan? I said it last time, Leviathan did extremely well last time.
No. Who keeps voting for Leviathan in these polls? Leviathan isn't even like a bad concept or character design or anything of the sort, but who's voting for them? Who's like, I have 3 votes. I must use one on Leviathan every day. Who are you? Who? Tapeworm strikes again. Nice. Started losing mine. I'm starting to go crazy now. I'm starting to lose it.
I don't get it. I don't get people voting Leviathan. I don't get people liking Leviathan. I don't get it. 55th place is another tie, this time at 47 votes between Novik, who I am super excited to see this high. Like I said, Beta didn't quite make the top 100, but other than Beta, this is the first member of Team Novik you're seeing so far. Team Novik did really well, and that makes me really, really happy. I was really happy with how well Team Novik did. You haven't even seen the other 3 members. So 47 votes, 55th place. You got Novik tied with somebody, and he's tied with Kun Dizzy, also in 55th place. So Kun Dizzy, kind of, is this the most well-received member of Revolution? I think it is. I think this is the most popular Revolution member, as it stands now. 53rd place is another tie at 51 votes between Alopobia Hasacha, who again was kind of popular last time, even more popular this time. I get it. I thought Hasacha's character design's really cool. I thought the backstory and stuff was really cool. Hasacha's just a likable character. And Cobalt at 51 votes.
Almost top 50. We did well. We tried. We tried to push the boy up. We did what we could. We did what we could. This the best animal in the tower. He top 1. He ascended to a garden deity by eating all them snakes. We respect the grind. Polak. Dorian Frog's frog. You mid. Your beats by Draenor moving us. Get your numbers up.
Votes in 53rd place. Cobalt, I think that makes Cobalt the most popular of Trauma Ray's Shinheo, which makes sense. Cobalt's just really cool. People really like Cobalt. I really like Cobalt. Kind of top Shinheo, it would seem. Then in 52nd, we have, with 53 votes, Enryu there, just outside of the top 50. Enryu, I think, was just in the top 50 last time. I don't remember quite how high, but just dropped a little bit. We haven't really seen or heard anything about Enryu for the past 3 years, though, so it makes sense for a little bit of a drop. And just missing out on the top 50 is Hema Slime with 55 votes. I really like Hema Slime. I think I'd put Hema Slime in that category with like Daniel and Muntari and Inietta, that category of characters. And of course, Hema Slime is more recent, so recency bias takes a little bit of a place here. I would put her in that category of characters that were good and just kind of had their character arc. And I like that. I like we just had a full character arc. It was good. And now we get to talk about the top 50. No more ties, everybody. Now starting our top 50, and I'm wondering how exciting or how different or how unexpected these will be for you. I wonder what everybody's predictions are. In 50th place is Kun Edwan at 50.
Damn. The whore himself. 50. He made it right there. Interesting. Wait, we know her name? Dizzy might go, but he has fans. Leviathan has no fans. You can't convince me otherwise. I agree with you. 59 for Enkidu is not that high? Are you insane? That's incredibly high. Leviathan got taxed from the Dumas fight. He said, I'm dizzy at one point. I'm dizzy. Of course, it's a good member, most glazed family. last tie. Now we got all single spots. That's super interesting. I voted for Cobalt. You better have almost top 50. Cobalt lost to Belleria. I can't believe Belleria about to be 34.
56 votes, pretty well for a character we just saw in a flashback. I think that's pretty solid. One of the family heads. Again, compared to the other family heads that we haven't seen too much of, that's pretty good. Compared to like, Arihan and some of these others, or like Blossom and Yureen. It's pretty solid. I think we've seen more of Edwin than them, but yeah, I think this is a pretty good placement. Also, gonna have a lot of fun here. I think the top 50 is good. I think these results are all good, but the top 30 especially, when we get into the top 30 are everybody with 100 votes or more. Last time that was top 35. I think once you get into that 100 votes or more space, that is like, kind of your top character area. Then in 49th place, you got 57 votes for Pobedao Damas. I think
this makes sense to me. I may not like the fight with Bam and Dumas, but I think Dumas is super dope. Belleria really defeated us, Pantagano. We did lose. The next time we do this, I'm going to be so proactive. I swear to God, every single day, all 30 days I'm voting, and I'm going to be on my community's ass.
I think a lot of people would have expected him to be higher. I expected him to be a lot higher. I think he was one of the few.
I agree with you. I did expect him to be higher, but I actually think this is a pretty fair spot for him.
Sort of good characters, silver linings for the most recent arc, but I guess being stuck on, main trio island, being stuck with the main trio stuff, maybe just didn't work out that well for him. I expected more for Dumas. I thought he was going to be really popular, but not nearly as popular as I expected. 48th is going to be Arya with 58 votes. Arya did very well last time, doing very well again this time, despite not being around for 3 years, but, hopefully once we're getting back with the group that we saw.
Who's worse, Enkidu or Belleria? Belleria is definitely worse, but they both bottom of the barrel. I thought he'd be higher, but damn, the Bam stink wore off on him, I guess. Dumas could have been so much higher had he not fought Bam. Yeah. I'd say Belleria personally. Like, Enkidu's, like, weird and more of a waste man, but, like, Belleria didn't do anything. Like, he just, like, I'm smart. I'm going to move intelligently. And then he couldn't fight. He wasn't even that smart. Like, what did bro really do? He did not cook.
All leaving the Pobedao family battleship. Hopefully, we can see some more of Arya once we get back with that group some more. 47th place at 59 votes is Yont Misang.
I can't stand you niggas, bro. Stop the Misang. You don't like her. You're liars.
I love Misang. Misang's one of my favorites. I think top 10 for me, if not top 5.
No, Haku, no. What did she do?
When it comes to the writing of the story. So 57th for Misang and 56th is with 61 votes. Lopobi and Lafav. Lafav
I respect it.
Tied with Arya. So Lafav pulled away a little bit this time, and I'm happy for that. I really love Lafav. I like Lafav a lot. And actually, I just thought about something earlier before recording this. I was just thinking about.
You know what? You're right. Enkidu did kill Tiara, but it's like it's hard. It's like they're waste for different reasons. Like, Enkidu's a weirdo. Like, get off Traumare's meat. You're weird. You're weird. And like all the faces he's making, he ugly. He's not even strong. Like, I dislike him for different reasons. Belleria, I'm like, at the very least, I thought Belleria was gonna have a lot of cerebral horsepower, and I still think he's stupid. Like, I'm like, for a character who's supposed to kind of be okay, I'm brains over brawn. You're stupid. So I hate them both for different reasons. He lost his mind again. I should start a tally. Miseng goaded. Yeah, whatever. MILF detected again. Yep. MILF supremacy. Your MILF detector missed Nen. I didn't miss Nen. LaFav is my go. I like Go Sang, Me Sang. Shoot, I might. We sang top 5. We lost Haku.
About Tower of God a bit, and I thought about how Liboric's group was pulling up on Lobadan's ship and everything, and there's a lot of things. Maybe they're there to take out the remnants of the Lobobia family. Maybe they're there because Zahard wants to reclaim Traumare's body, and Lobadan had Traumare's body. Or something else I thought about, maybe if, what they're after is Traumare's body. Last time we saw Lafav, she was going to be captured by Zahard's army. So what if Lafav, again, I've had the theory that Lafav is Lobadan's daughter and the mother of Catan and Kadede, because she uses guns just like Catan uses guns. They're both gun users. And we also know that Catan and Kadede are the nephews of Laura and the grandchildren of Lobadan. Plus, she fits the Lobadan, Lafav, Laura, Lilial. She fits the L names. She has the blonde hair, just like Laura and Lilial. So I feel like Lafav could be Lobadan's daughter, so maybe there is going to be Liboric saying, hey, hostage trade Lafav for Traumare's body or something. So that could be even something that happened, something that I just thought about before recording this. But either way, personal opinion and distraction aside, let's go to 45th. 45th this time with 63 votes is Hon Akraptor. I really love Akraptor. Akraptor did really well last time, did really well again this time. Got maybe some love from the anime, so totally makes sense. Just a character that I've always loved. So yeah, 44th place. Another of my personal favorites, probably another that's at least top 10, if not top 5 for me. David Hockney with 64 or 67 votes in 44th place. Yeah, I just love Hockney.
All these fake important characters. Next.
16th place last time, but again, last time we were just coming off the nest where Hockney was.
Belleria was almost as smart as Kun. He's not even in the same ballpark. Damned with faint praise. Belleria is a true outcast with a Pobedao, not strong and not smart. He can't read. Belly was SC's perfect opportunity for a TOG Batman or something in that realm. Like something in that realm. Yeah, but you know. Am I gonna come over? Yeah, if you want me to, I will. I'm gonna have to come back on Wednesday though for the stream. But ask me this. I'm in work mode. Ask me after.
And getting into this character poll, we haven't seen him in 3 years. 43rd place with 68 votes, we have Ed and Dan. Again, Team Novik doing incredibly well. Probably got a boost from being in the anime because I think that part of the story is really good for Dan. I think Dan's another character that I just love in general, so it's really nice to see him rated this highly. 44th place brings us to Lopobia, Lobodon, or Robodon, who I actually didn't expect to be more popular than Dumas. I feel like they are the equivalents to each other from Lopobia to family. I didn't expect him to be so much.
No, Lobodon is dope, man. I actually respect this from the community. I thought it'd be flipped too, but I thought they'd both be high. But hey, man, he got the power of a tree, but he don't act like a tree.
Higher than Dumas, but yeah, 69 votes. 42nd place, Lopobia, Lobodon, or Robodon. I'm excited to see him this high though because I do like Lobodon. And then in 41st place, just outside of the top 40, is Doan, who did incredibly well last time. I think was probably in the 30s last time. Not too much of a drop here. Mostly hasn't been around. He's been around a teeny bit. Probably got a poorly written death here at the end, but again, hopefully not. I hope that CU can just kind of pull an Oda and say, never mind, they didn't die for Doan and Doom because their deaths were so poorly written. So hopefully.
No. Doan can die. Doom, I'm indifferent on. Doan could die.
Hopefully Doan will be fine. We got 70 votes for Doan. In 40th place with 71 votes is a Baylord Yama. And this might be surprising for some people. I don't know. It didn't surprise me that much. It's kind of a bummer that he's this low, but he didn't do that excessively well last time. I think Yama was only barely in the top 20.
I thought his stocks would have fallen, but I guess a lot of people still believe in him. Maybe the Beastkin thing and his catnap and Yas Ratchet's lighthouse with the silk cloth moved them. I don't know.
In the top 20 at all, he might have just been in the 20s. So he wasn't super crazy. He was really high. I don't want to like devalue that, but it's not that big of a drop down. He's gotten a lot of focus though with the stuff between the hotel and the Sprout. Even in the Sprout, when we're focusing on that side of things, we're focusing on mostly Yama. But that stuff just wasn't all handled super well all the time. I see a lot of complaints about the handling of Yama's character all the time. So while I love Yama, Yama's one of my personal favorites. While I love Yama, a lot of other people don't share the same love that I do. So even though he's a prominent character and a prominent character that I personally love, I feel like 40th place isn't a huge shocker for me personally. But you know, for such a prominent character to be so low, I guess just that in itself is maybe a little bit surprising. In 39th place with 74 votes is Hatsu, and Hatsu is an interesting one. He didn't have the fall off that Shibisu and Anaka did. So I guess people just really still like Hatsu despite the absence, whereas the others have had an absence and didn't do as well. And the anime boost, you can't really call that much of a thing because I feel like Shibisu and Anaka did much more in Workshop Battle. Well, Hatsu kind of had his own subplot going on in Workshop Battle, so who knows? I don't know. People just really still like Hatsu more than Shibisu and Anaka would seem. 38th place is Hajin-sung at 77 votes. It's a little bit of a drop off from last time. A bit of a drop off. I think he was in the upper teens last time, or lower teens, depending on how you want to look at it, like around the 17, 18-ish area. So he dropped off a bit. Not crazy, but he hasn't had the best showing in the 3 years since we last had the last poll. Hasn't had the best showing. And I also feel like he's another character that I also don't always see comments super high on. 37th place is a meme vote, probably. I don't know, maybe Kanhome's strongest soldiers.
Who did this? Who allowed this to happen? There's no way you're 37. That's crazy.
Out here, it's Kanhome with 78 votes. Kanhome's strongest soldiers went to work, I suppose. 36th place is Black March with 81 votes. Black March also did extremely well last time, did extremely well this time. Kind of makes sense. Black March is important to the story as a 13-month. Doesn't get the good treatment that I think the 13 months deserve. But
you're right. It's been 8 days. It's just, oh my God, this is such a crazy week. It's just a crazy week. That's all it is. It's just like every second counts. Kirin Malding, boo. I'm a certified Yama hater. I don't hate him, but just like him and the Yas Ratchet moment didn't move me, and like I don't know. Listen, all I need is loose leg. Everyone else who's a Slayer don't move me no more. Comment Lama L. Yama will never return out of aura. Run out of aura. I'm sorry. Fraud Sung. I gave the song a vote. Who was this? It's Kan Hong's daughter. Kan Hong strongest soldiers showed up. Naya lost his mind 3. LMAO. Kan Hong's strongest soldiers. It's crazy. Okay, let's keep going. The Black March is higher than I thought she would be.
But, it is what it is. Black March doing well once again. 35th place at 82 votes is a Lopobia, Shiliel, Zahard. I've always liked Shiliel a lot more than Liliel. I, kind of thought she could have done even better.
Yup.
But I love the design, like the character. She got to be a pretty, important force in the hotel arc. So this makes sense. Last time she was rated pretty highly. She's rated even more highly this time. She's been around, so it makes sense. 35th place is V with 84 votes. And yeah, I think some people might be surprised that he's this low. But if anything, this is really good. This is really high. V last time was in 101st place, I believe. So he just missed out. He wasn't even in the top 100. So he jumped all the way from there into 34th place. I think if anything, that's a big jump. I think if anything, it's crazy that he's this high. And really, people are kind of hyped for him. But I feel mostly from what I see from comments, people are hyped for V. But I think there's also a lot of people that are just kind of like, I'll wait and see where things go. That's kind of where I am. It's just, I'll wait and see where things go.
Cautiously optimistic is what I'm taking with the whole VAM situation. I feel it.
Third place is Yang Yang. I think that her place in the Yamazu flashback was really good. She got 94 votes here. I think her place in the flashback was really good. We'll see what happens in the future with how we're going to handle what her story was from the blog post compared to what it is now in the actual story. I think it'll be exciting to see where that goes. She has kind of gotten a lot of mistreatment, not by her getting mistreatment, but because of everybody else just getting hyped up more. So it will be cool to see where things go, but people do really love her, and I think her scenes in the flashback were really good, so it totally makes sense to me. 32nd place at 97 votes is Garam Zahard. Garam was crazy popular last time. Hasn't had the same fall off as Machine though, which is kind of surprising to still remain extremely popular. Last time I think she was 25th, now dropping to 32nd. That's not too much of a drop for a character that we just haven't seen. And in 31st place, before we get to our top 30 with 100 plus votes each, we have Crane with 98 votes. So Crane, 98 votes. Let's go to our top 30. To start.
Crane? Help me! Is that the shit that they was writing on in the flashback with the 13th Great Warrior? Somebody help me. Somebody please help me. There's no way. Blondes on top, magenta hair in. That's worth to see me. The V hole gets me laughing every time. We haven't seen Belleria yet. This is insane. 4, yes. Who even is Crane? I can't find a wiki page. I think that was the mount they were riding on. Oh wait, Loose Legs mount? I thought it was the one that oh, you might be right. Loose Leg did bring it, didn't he? But I remember him in I remember seeing him Enkidu riding it. I think it was in the flashback. What do you mean Crane? Isn't it supposed to be TOG characters? Hey man. Coldball the character. Some of Loose Leg stocks rolled off on Crane.
Start off our top 30 with 100 votes is Shia. Shia did extremely well last time. Very well once again. Just a little bit of a drop off. But again, we had season 2 of the anime.
Was that Karaka next?
Shia, of course she was. Also, you know, she did well last time because she's just a really fun, enjoyable character. I really love Shia personally. So it blew me away and made me so happy to see how well Shia did last time.
I did do a top 10 prediction. I don't remember what I said though. I think I said Gustang, Traumare, Bam, and Dorsey, Huaryun. I decided to believe in the Loose Leg hype. Did I say Tiara? I don't remember if I said Tiara. Who else did I say? I don't remember. Can I find the comment? Was it if I scroll up, will I find it? Nope. But I did my. I don't know. I don't remember. You said imagine if Belleria is 34th. He's even higher than he joked he would be. I know. I goofed. You saved it for me? Thank you. I said Traumare, Gustang, Bam, and Dorsey, Loose Leg, Adori, Tiara, Arie Han, Rachel, and Huaryun. I was wrong about Arie Han.
And for her to only fall off a little bit this time and still do really well this time was really exciting for me. And like I mentioned, Beta didn't quite make the top 100, but Novik was in 55th. Dan was also really high in the top 50, right? And then Shia now at 30, so Team Novik is just doing really well. 29th place, if you couldn't guess by that KA at the end, was 105 votes, Karaka. So Karaka had a little bit of anime time, I guess, and also people liked Karaka last time. He's had a little bit of a fall off. I think he was like 19th or 20th last time, now dropping to 105th. So, you know, a little bit of a drop off, but I think still very good placement for Karaka, despite not having the best showing for the past 3 years. Only kind of showed up once and then didn't do that well against Richemont and Dumas. Then in 28th place is Amazu with 113 votes. The Amazu flashback was really the highlight of the most recent arc. I think that she was a solid character, so it's nice to see her do this well. I could have seen her doing even more well. I could have seen her not doing well at all. I didn't quite know how fans would vote when it came to her, but I think that there's a really good placement. In 27th place, again, if you couldn't tell from the name, is 116 votes, Evan Gell.
Ew!
Evan Gell again, last time did very well. This time only fell off about maybe 10-ish places. So again, still doing quite well. Evan Gell was in the teens last time, this time coming into 27th. I don't think that's a very big fall off for a character who hasn't been around since last poll. So yeah, I think there's a solid placement once again, still popular. 26th place at 117 votes is Loco Via Perdity. And originally, I thought this was another kind of meme votey one. I thought
God damn it.
maybe people were just going for Diddy jokes and everything, but actually, when first showing this result to, you know, Dr. Bonehead's audience, to my Discord server and everything, when seeing Dr. Bonehead's chat react and seeing my Discord server react, what I saw was a lot of people that were like, oh, like people in my Discord being like, oh, sick, Perdity's that high, that's awesome, I really liked him. I really felt like CU didn't do enough with him. A bunch of people in Dr. Bonehead's chat were like, oh yeah, I voted for Perdity. I really liked him. I thought that he was one of the best Locobia branch leaders. So at first I kind of thought that these were meme votes. Perdity did well last time, but no, this seemed like genuine love for the character, and that makes me really happy to just see people coming together, or keep people coming together and just expressing their love for this, like, sort of not super minor character, but expressing their love for this kind of, you know, more niche character. I thought it was really cool to actually see Perdity do this well, because People really, really liked Perdita. It was really cool. In 25th place at 118 votes is Cha. Cha, I actually think was in like 31st or 32nd last time. I think it was 32nd. So Cha's actually moved up a little bit. He's been around, has done some things in the most recent arc. Didn't have the most prominent showing or anything, but did pretty okay for himself. So I think solid enough placement once again. 24th place is Wolhaiksong, just a little bit of a drop from last time, but just once again a really popular character. Arguably my favorite character. Wolhaiksong is either number 1 or number 2 for me. So again, one of my favorite characters doing this well. I'm really happy about. Again, a character who hasn't been around for a bit, but only fell off just a little bit and is still quite popular. Now 23rd place at 122 votes is a pretty funny fall off. Yurik Mazano. When I asked people, like when I was getting the results ready and everything, or like right before the poll ended, I started asking people, hey, what are your predictions and stuff? A bunch of people predicted, they were like, Yurik fell off, and wow, people's predictions were kind of on. Yurik was in.
I expected the fall off too. It has to do with the perception that he's gotten as being a plot device, and like I would say in my community, a lot of people are starting to think that he's just kind of there when you need someone strong to do things. And ultimately, if you really think about it, he completely failed at everything he came here to do. Even the new side quest he gave him. He ain't stopped the red light district. He ain't stopped a family head from dying, and he couldn't save Bam from getting taken over from V and getting away. Like, he absolutely came here and did not cook. But his fight with Luzlek, legendary. Still no Belleria. I can't believe it. Owlboy, Perdita has the drip. No, he does not. He looks terrible. Haku doesn't know game. What you mean? He had the drip. He does not. Hey, a TOG stream, it's been so long. Still no Belleria. Oh my god. Damn, I thought you made your peace with Cha. I didn't. Urek has taken L's at every turn. He's there when you need a man. Who is? I think his fighting style gets pretty old fast. Urek is the Shanks of Tower of God. I don't agree with that. I actually don't agree with that. I've heard that take before. I don't agree with that. Cause Shanks is own. Oh, you know what? I can't even spoil. I can't spoil right now. I can't say that. But I disagree with that though. Watching you turn on Urek more tragic than you turn on Karaka. I never turned on Mazino. Who turned on him? He's still one of my 10 favorite characters. I'm just honest. I don't lie about my favorite characters. He failed. He came here. He failed the main mission and all 3 side quests. he did not cook in that sense. That's all I'm saying. That's still my boy. Didn't know game on Perdita? No, he's trash. He's trash. Perseus mo better. Urek, you said he's there when you need a strong character. You said my thing. I didn't say that.
Is now in 23rd, which isn't a crazy fall off, but it's quite a bit of a fall off considering the fact that Yurik's been around. He's been around this 3 years since the last poll. He's been fairly prominent in the last 2 arcs. So to have him drop this much despite being around, it's like, wow, yeah, a bit of Yurik's mystique is worn off by. This is something that I said back in Floor of Death, though, and especially Hidden Floor when we saw Data Yurik. I don't know if people really liked it when I was saying it during Floor of Death and Hidden Floor, but I was like, I feel like we're seeing Yurik too much, and he's just becoming less special because we're seeing too much of him. And I think that might be kind of happening here in Season 3 with the past 2 arcs, is I think some of Yurik's mystique kind of wore off when he really didn't do too much of anything. He kind of just loitered around the last arc. Like, he had a really good fight with Luzlek in the arc before last, but then last arc he just kind of loitered around and was embarrassed by Luzlek some more. And you haven't seen Luzlek yet, so I guess this is Luzlek 4, Mazano 0. Still taking L after L after L, and getting into 22nd place. There's Lobo BL Lilial Zahard at 136 votes. Again, I've always preferred Shilial over Lilial, but Lilial's been around since last poll, and also she did really well last time. She did even more well this time, but it makes sense for her to do like even more well because she was a main leading factor in.
Ew!
So just kind of makes
Yuck!
sense. But again, to me,
blonde hair in.
Not one of my personal favorites or anything. And 21st place, I think it's gonna be another funny one. I think it's gonna be another one people didn't really see coming. Not in the top 20, 142 votes. Hope it out this time.
I was banking and hoping just based off the hype that it was a arc with the 2 family heads going at it, that he would at least be at 10. But him being the lowest out of some of the 10 that I named doesn't shock me, only due to the standpoint of all the jokes people have made that he's weak, he's not strong. Everything he used in his fight against Traumare was like outside aid. V gave him what I call the bonk stick with the guardian order up whatever guy, and then people said that he got alimony from Blossom and used her flame. So that was Blossom alimony. So like he with his own techniques didn't even really cook. And some of us were saying that we were more impressed with what Tiara did with the scripture to reality than what he did. He's just stronger, so all of his shit, like if they both do the same thing, his will always be better. So I'm actually not that shocked. I was hoping. I was hoping though. Lilial has more votes than Urek. Naya, what are we watching? Is this some kind of parody? I think we live in the Matrix. I think this is no, this is about the nonsense I expect from this community. Laura's so much better. The worst twin, Laura, is better. Urek is a bit like One Punch Man. Just the SCU isn't in on the joke. I disagree with that take, but I have videos talking about that. I have a video called "Is Urek Mizuno a plot device?" Go watch that after this stream. The upper leg she had on El Baba was beautiful. Out of all the pigs Haku could have chose for Gus, this one makes me LOL every time.
I expected him to be a lot higher. I thought he might have even made top 10. I expected Gazang to be higher because so much focus was given to him this arc. But yeah, not as popular. The Popodao family just, generally not as popular as the Lopobia for the most part. Did not do the best. There's even, I think, 2 more Popodao that we haven't gotten to yet. 2 or 3, at least 2. So not the most popular Popodao character even. Yeah, I don't know. For me personally, Gazang's kind of meh. So this place
I am all I'm gonna say is I'm I don't care when I see Tiara. I didn't expect Tiara to even be this high. I'm just so proud of you guys. Like, you guys know ball, you guys know game. I'm so proud of you guys.
That makes sense for me, but it makes sense for my personal taste. But for what I expected to happen, not what I expected. 20th place kicks off with Kunran at 146 votes.
Not mad at it.
Incredibly popular last time, barely fell off at all. Kind of pretty much in the same spot as last time, roughly. He had the anime, which I'm sure gave plenty of
You cannot take away Kunran stock. It doesn't matter how long we don't see him. We love him. We respect him. He's cold. He got the drip. He, as I always say this, removing irregulars and like Princesses of Zahard, I felt like he was the most prepared regular in terms of variety and his arsenal of attacks that he could use, from to read on to Machete style spear to the cloud to his physical capabilities and all of that. Like, no shame.
For workshop battle.
As a tier number 1 fighter, I had to rep my girl. Thank you. I'm giving you credit for the tiara. I'm giving you credit. Tell Rand to get off the bed. You think we live in a parody? You one step closer to understanding reality. What is this fake deep anime quote you giving me, man?
And everything, and he's always just been an extremely popular character, so this one doesn't surprise me one bit. 19th place, Popodao Hugo at 151 votes. I knew people liked Hugo. I knew Hugo was popular. I did not know that Hugo was this popular. I did not expect Hugo to be.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, Haku. I knew she was popular and I like her. We have Lost made the joke material girl. She's fun, but damn, that's high.
This highly rated. That is pretty crazy. But, deserved, I guess. Then in 18th place with 152 votes is Alobabia Yasuracha. Was in 8th place last time, dropped out of the top 10, but really hasn't been around except to die. So it makes sense, and hasn't been around in a while, period. So it kind of makes sense that, Yasuracha was a main focus last time when Yasuracha came in 8th. So it kind of makes sense dropping a bit, but it's really cool to see Yasuracha still extremely highly rated. More highly rated than Yama, more than Yurik still. So that's pretty crazy. And in 17th, I don't know if this is a surprise or not, 176 votes to Zahard. Zahard was in 25th last time, I think, the only tie in the top 50 last time with Garam. And this time, after seeing him in some flashbacks, sort of drawing out his connection to Tronray some more.
Grande Espada de la Luz. Ran is worthy. Ran is the killer of TOG. I think that's a lazy take personally, but I kind of get it. They have a lot of overlap and commonality. Not the biggest fan of Lightning Pill, but he does show his qualities. Hey, we popping read-ons over here. We popping Molly. Let me stop. Yes, Ratchet deserved higher. I wouldn't have been mad of it.
People like him even more, and now we have 17th place King Zahard, and then in 16th is Rack Wraith Razor with 209 votes, breaking our 200 vote barrier. And yeah, last time Rack was in 15th, so only a 1 place drop. If anything, that should be surprising. If anything, it's surprising that he only dropped 1 place. And I got some comments on last character poll. When we did last character poll, there were people that were complaining. They were like, "Why'd you use Chibi Rack? Why'd you use a picture of Chibi Rack?" And so this time I was like, okay, I will use the coolest panel possible. I'll use his ancient transformation or whatever. And I wonder if that did help. I wonder if I used Chibi Rack, if he would have really dropped even more instead of hanging around in 16th and only dropping 1 spot. But to me, the main trio hasn't been very well written in a long time, so it totally makes sense for Rack to drop even further. And again, he was already in 15th last time. So even though he's been around, he's been fairly prominent in the most recent arcs, it kind of makes sense that people still don't care too much for where he is right now. In 15th place is REA Adori Zahard with 225 votes.
This is peak recency bias, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. No shame in your game. I'm not mad at it at all. I totally understand it. She did not get a vote from me. I need to see more, but I ain't angry at it. That bum didn't make. Wait, hold on. Oh yes, that bum alligator. Call him an alligator. We respect crocodiles. Alligators is a different story. We respect crocodiles. Yeah, way too high. The simps are strong. I would take the OG who appeared in the Hidden Floor. This is the work of Gooners. Zahar smoked your wreck, the beggar a regular one. Hey, the best a regular gonna win though.
This is a character who I said in my reactions and everything, I was like, I know a character that hasn't shown up yet is doing so well in the poll that they've got to...
You literally told me this, Haku, after we did that One Piece stream. We spoke about this, I remember. And I knew you knew what it was, and this is exactly who I was thinking of. We spoke about this.
Show up in the story. I could have been completely wrong about that, but Adori, before even showing up in the official release, was still doing somewhere in the 20s, maybe even like breaking into the top 20 a little bit. And then once the reveal in the official translation came up, just went up even from that.
I actually expected Adori around, I'm going to say 20 to 25.
Ground a little bit in that last week, a little bit more, until sort of coming into 15th place. So yeah, 15th place, and you know, my favorite character is in 14th, so I am glad that, you know, not enough time to surpass my favorite character. So in 14th place are Joaquin or White, my personal favorite. Yeah, 229 votes. I am pretty happy with this one. Was in 11th place last time, so only a slight fall off here from 11th place to 14th place, even though White hasn't been around in 3 years. So I'm pretty happy with this placement overall. Again, maybe he would have gotten passed if the poll went on longer than a month. Maybe he would have gotten passed by Adori, but I'm not quite sure, given that, you know, in general, the way that the votes worked, at a certain point, maybe around like 8,000, 9,000 votes, I mentioned, I was like, I feel like we've hit a good, like, survey size, basically, because...
I didn't like her outfit, but she did enough to get some of my votes. She got no votes from me. I expected high for Adori. I didn't. I actually thought Adori would be around that 2025 range. Justified, to be honest. I thought she'd be top 10. It's not. More panels equals wins. White's the best Slayer, in my opinion. Nope, the best Slayer is Loose Leg. Her entrance was fire, though. I can respect her spot. White the best in TOG? Nah.
At that point, the characters kind of just filtered into where they were at, and they were gaining votes proportionally to one another, to where they weren't switching places as often. They were kind of just sort of set in where they were for the most part, and there were a couple that were switching back and forth, but basically the popular characters were popular, the not popular ones were not popular, and everyone was gaining votes proportionally to each other, to the point...
With every spot that isn't Bellavere, I take exponentially more soul damage. I can't believe he's top 10. I'm sick.
Where things weren't switching up very much once we hit...
I'm so fucking sick.
So really, who knows if he and Adori would have just kept gaining votes proportionally to each other and just stayed 14th and 15th. In 13th place with 239 votes is Grace Merchiela's like, I really, really love...
The MVP. The MVP. Loose Leg. Lucky number 13? I'm not mad at it. I thought he was going to be in like... I gotta give credit to y'all, man. Y'all showed out. Man. I'm so proud of y'all for Loose Leg. I'm so proud of you. I didn't think he'd be this high. I thought he'd be in like the 30s to 40s. 13? That boy hit Mazina with the same move 3 times. Put him in the dimensional space. Like, no, you not touching nothing. He literally hit him with the LeBron. Look at the ball, fade away 3. Look at the ball, fade away 3. Look at the ball, fade away 3. That's my boy. Everything he came to do, he accomplished. Family had dad. He said, I got to get my master back. The master is back and resurrected. And then he left with him before Mazino can get him. Most valuable player. Oh, I don't care. No one tells me. And his fight with Mazino was the best part of season 3. Fight your mom. Argue with your mom. I love it. Loose Leg is in his own category as the head of FUG. He's actually also a Slayer. He's the first Slayer. He has the first Slayer seat. He is a Slayer. I feel like people constantly forget that. He's one of the Slayers. But yeah. Best Slayer is Bam. CBL Gang, Slayer candidate. Once Bam is a Slayer, I'm going to say Bam. He's still technically a candidate. Bellavere above White is crazy. I just don't like White. It's not his writing, but his personality. He has no loyalty. That's fine. That's who he is, though. He's loyal to himself. 3 off. Damn, I'll take it. Loose Leg, the Goat Slayer. The community has spoken. Bellavere is more popular than Loose Leg. You hate to see it. My Goat lost to Bellavere. The Bellavere is not serious, though. Somebody is playing games with us. The PSYOP. Loose Leg paid off all the hype he received from SIU. It's deserved. Loose Leg was easily the best character since the hiatus. Yup. Not LeBron. All right, I swallowed.
One of my favorites. Another W over Yodak here. I really, really love him, so I think this is a really good placement. Not really a first placement, because last character poll, before even showing up in the series, last character poll, he was in like 125th place. So this time, jumping from that all the way up to 13th, after not only showing up, but having a pretty prominent role, even getting to be part of a flashback, and just being a really good character. I really like Loose Leg. 12th place is a totally new character, though. With 252 votes, we have Hope.
you not entertained? I really didn't think. Like, I know I said top 10 because I'm hoping, but I didn't believe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She's so goated, bro. She deserved better. She's such a queen. She's so goated. Oh my goodness, the penmanship was going crazy. Shout out to Han. Shout out to Han. You did what you did what you had to do. You did everything you needed to do. I love it though. Tiara. I'm gonna go on a walk. Okay, do your thing. Tiara got the honorable spot. She still got smoked by Enkidu at the end of the day. Second best new character since the hiatus. Yep, loose liking her.
Without Tiara, who wasn't even around at the time of the last character poll. People have absolutely adored Tiara since the first time that she was introduced. And I've seen a lot of people like, I hope Gaston rewrites Tiara. But actually, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, maybe not. Because Tiara might be another one of those characters like Hema Slime or Mentari or Inietta, where Tiara might have just been a character where we should quit while we're ahead. Because Tiara has been good in everything she's done. Like, every scene with Tiara has been good. Tiara's like killed it as a character, was crazy cool in the hotel arc, was super entertaining with the Yuri stuff during the library segment, basically. And then in the Sprout, had some of the only good stuff in the Sprout. So really, Tiara's just kind of taken W after W. And maybe, while she has this like kind of spotless record, really, we should just say, you know, that's the character. And it's cool to see the character do this well despite just showing up, because yeah, she has really killed it with everything.
Blondes keep
in 11th
on
place, just missing out on the top 10, is Yeon Yua, who hasn't shown up except for in the anime at 268 votes. Last time was in 10th place, so it was only dropped down 1. It makes sense. Character hasn't been around and only dropped down 1. If anything, that's a very good placement. Like, not being around and only dropping 1 place, that's insanely good. So Yua, again, still insanely popular, even though she hasn't been around. And if any of you have predictions for top 10, now's your last chance to get them in before seeing who the top 10 are. This is going to be a really fun one, because I think a lot of people probably aren't expecting this order. In 10th place is Lopobia, Elaine, or Kaiser.
Let's go! Sorry.
298 votes, almost getting to 300 votes.
I didn't believe you guys. I didn't believe. I thought she was going to be way lower. I did not believe.
And she was in 12th place last time, 12th or 13th. I think she was 13th, actually.
Was she that high last time? Am I tripping? See, what I need to do is remember the results for the next one. This is the second best character.
13th place last time, I think, which is very good and hasn't been around and has still moved up a couple spaces. And to me, this feels like if anybody's like a pro wrestling fan, I don't watch too much, but I actually don't watch at all anymore. But for anyone who knows, it's like when the company tries to push certain people and then kind of neglects others, but the fans are like, no, we want to see this person, so they kind of prop up who they want to see. This kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like people voting that are like, we
refuse to let Elaine die, and a lot of us were disappointed in an arc where the Lopobia had so much focus. She didn't get a chance to do something, whether it was fighting or confronting her father about whatever happened, because he kind of brought it up too, where she got tricked when she was a princess candidate. Like, there's so much she could have done, even if it was like denounce her family or something and say, I don't know, like, I expected her to have a bigger role here. I think she's the prettiest, personally.
Of Elaine. We still want to see Elaine. I think it's people voting for Elaine to say, you know, look at how much we love her. We're dissatisfied even that with all the Lopobia focus, she didn't get to do anything for the past 3 years. So I think that this is why Kaiser or Elaine actually went up from last poll despite not being around, is kind of like rebellion votes of people being like, we wanted her to be around, and voting her up because of that. But then in 9th place, this is the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. El Bozo. Kuna.
I feel like so many people I run into don't like Aguero that I feel like it's just like Kid. I feel like I defend him so much as not a Kid fan. And I don't dislike Aguero, but he's never been really one of my favorites, and I feel like I always defend him. But top 10 is where he's belonged. I should have believed. I thought because of the hatred, he might have dropped to like 15. Alfina should have been close to her. Shake my head. El Bozo having her pops in the arc and her not confronting is a crime. I know, but yeah, 0 HP. Naya is the lone AA supporter. I don't like my cape is not in the win for him, but I'd be like, I feel like y'all might be going a little too hard. Like, I don't know. It's funny though.
Wedo Agnes with 329 votes. This one is a shocker to me, but I feel vindicated. It's a hilarious shocker. The me that read season 1 and season 2 week to week would have been really bummed out by this, but the me that has read season 3 week to week feels kind of vindicated because Kun has not been written very well as a character at all in years. So for me personally, when it came to last poll,
That's
2022, my predictions were I predicted that Kun would win. Well, there's not really winners or losers, but I thought Kun would be the number 1 spot. I thought he'd be the most popular character, and he was in 3rd. This time, I didn't really think he'd fall off so much, but I thought that other characters had gotten more popular, so I thought that he would maybe not be in 3rd anymore, but I couldn't have imagined him out of the top 5. And then he's in 9th. Hilarious. So Kun in 9th place. Sorry to get my personal opinions in here. People might not have liked it, but I think it is hilarious having Kun in 9th. That is so funny. But yeah, he has absolutely fallen off writing-wise, and I think that's why he's fallen off popularity-wise. I mean, I get comments disliking Kun.
Yeah, I do, but it's like, I get it though, because he's lost a lot of his own personal agency, and he just feels like Bam's mother figure in some ways. Like, I don't know. I get it. I guess for me, I look forward to the few moments I get where he at least attempts something intelligent, like trying to trick Traumare. I respect the attempt. And I still like what he did with the whole Windbird core and like the teleportation with the bullet or whatever it is that he did. Like, he's had some moments, but I feel it. I understand.
All the time at this point. And then in 8th place, with 360 votes, you got Jia Wangnan. Now, for this entire time, you got 360 votes to 329 votes. Kun and Wangnan were really close for this entire poll. And I'll be honest with you, this isn't out of dislike for Kun, but more kind of like for Wangnan. I was cheering on Wangnan. I was like, come on, Wangnan, get 9th place, or get 8th place. So I was cheering on Wangnan a little bit. And then in the last few days, last week-ish, Wangnan pulled away from Kun. They went from kind of being really close, swapping place back and forth a bit. Wangnan pulled away, and Wangnan almost pulled into 7th place. He pulled away from Kun and almost surpassed Obadao Belarir, who had 361 votes.
Stream's over. Thank you guys for coming. I'm done. 7th? I'm sick to my absolute fucking stomach. Goodbye. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. 7? Somebody help me. There's no... Who allowed this? I want if you voted for this man once, confess. Confess so I can block you. Confess so I can ban you from the chat. How did we let this happen? You see, Haku, I respect you. I promise you. If Belarir was this high, I'm rigging the votes. I'm dropping him to like 700. I'm rigging it. I'll pretend. I'll start boosting every numbers. I'll boost the overall votes. I'm rigging the election, bro. There's no way. I'm sick to my stomach. AA died more than Krillin. Oh yeah, yes, the death count too is something people criticize him for. Yes, that's fair. That's crazy. He died more than DBC Group combined. I think you have different perspectives than a lot of others. Having read Kun Weekly back like 10 years ago, late, but at least I'm here for the top 10. Welcome, Kyan. My goal, beat the Kun Convos. Nile lost his mind 7. Lucky number 7. Belarir aside. Make a Miwo. Is that a joke? 7th, death. Belarir votes worth a spite Dr. Bonehead. Were they really? Now imagine SIU sees results and an absence of other data decides to take that as a sentiment of the community to plan his next arc. That'll be actually hilarious. The memers in this community were out of control. Not even one saying with pride. Can't believe my eyes. Star Clown Belarir. Between the Belarir and Crane voters, I don't know what to think. Star Clown poll Belarir is hilarious. Petition to remove number 7 from the language and math. Yes. I'll sign it. Even though it means Ronaldo can't be number 7 anymore, forget Belarir out of here, I'll do it. I pull up and I see nasty work. What the hell? What's up, Mark? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It was funny knowing, it's funny as F knowing Belarir's ranking and seeing you slowly lose your smile when you realize he was higher than you thought. 361 people. Dropping tower, God, because of this. We fail as a community. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
In 7th place.
I don't even want to hear it. Just go. I don't want to hear it. I'm skipping what you have to say. Just go to. Let's go to 6. Just go to 6. I'm sick.
No, I would not. I thought he was getting sent. Top
Ah!
10 certified. Bring up the you all. 25th bomb / Jovial Grace with 387 votes. The certified bomb lovers did not show up.
CBL, where y'all at?
To me, when you look at the top 10 as a whole, I'm going to do that once I reveal them one at a time.
But Bam was actually super ass since the hiatus, though. Like, he's been so ass. Like, I understand it to some degree. Like, I think he's been extra special booty cheeks lately. I'm taking it all out. I'm taking it all out. I'm pulling it all out. I'm taking it all out. Proceeds to not use all of his powers when he, quote unquote, just saw both of his friends get murked in front of him. Dumas, or whoever it was, make a decision. And then V's like, bro, are you really hesitating? Like, nah. I understand it. I have no words to describe my disappointment. Imagine someone seeing characters like Adori, loose like Tiara, Urek, Kunadwan, and they're like, nah, I'll vote for Bellarir. That's what I'm saying. The Chaos Emeralds and Dragon Ball stopped working, but it was worth removing Bellarir. Facts. He's so ass, he's not even worth a meme vote. That's what I'm saying. Bam has fallen. Yes. Let's go. Bam. CBL, bum ass character. Want to re-rank my top 5? Oh, I already failed. It's okay. I already failed. LeBam James not top 3. I know, I'm shocked. Bam's been ass since the last station. I mean, secretly. Bam has kind of just been present lately. Bam was so much fun against Lopa BRN. That was a good fight. Took the L against a polar bear. He was selling a little bit. I'm not surprised. Proceeds to never go all out as wild. Yeah. From the lowest lows with Bellarir placement to the highest highs with Bam's placement. Bam was so ass, he had to become a different character. Goodbye, Bam, LOV. He was beaten by Umtiti. Rachel over Bam. You love it here? Yeah. I absolutely adore. The thing about it is, I'm going to say, though, this is the one time I've ever seen Rachel where I was genuinely disappointed, and I'm like, what are you even doing here? Like, for the first time. So as much as I'm okay with it, like, overall, Rachel, during the chess match, did not cook.
When you look at the top 10 as a whole, this makes sense. Would I have expected it? Would I have expected him even outside of, like, the top 3 or 4? No, I would not. I thought he was going to be top 3 or 4 for sure. So to drop out of the top 5 is hilarious. But I get it, and I feel vindicated, because once again, like Kuhn and Rack, it hasn't been as bad as Kuhn, of course, and it hasn't been as nothing as Rack. But Bomb just hasn't been written the most well in a long time, and I think especially this arc in particular, Bomb wasn't handled very well for the vast majority of this arc, so to me, it makes perfect sense for Bomb to drop this much, but man, is that a crazy drop. In 5th place is Rachel with 423 votes. Last time she was in 6th place, so she's moved up 1 place from last time. It makes sense. People like Rachel. I just explained it with the Bellarir stuff. People like it when she comes in and shakes up the story, when she makes Bomb have to face some actual adversity here and there, when she kind of, is kind of this troll against the main characters. So I think that, again, Rachel's popular because she is this troll against the main characters, and also I think that she herself is just really intriguing and has a lot of mystery that people like, and I'm hoping that, when a lot more gets revealed about Rachel, I'm hoping that the mystery makes her even more exciting when we know some things, rather than being disappointed with how the mystery goes. So either way then, in 4th place this time is going to be Hwarian with 447 votes. Hwarian has always been extremely, extremely, extremely popular. So
she'll never drop out the top 10.
Her, streak of being extremely popular. She will have been in
goated.
She will have been in the anime as well. It's not
Goat.
I mean, she hasn't done much, but it's not that she hasn't shown up at all. She's done a little bit this arc, so she has done a little bit. So it makes sense to me for her to be this high. And in 3rd place, somebody it definitely makes sense for it to be this high, is Yuri Zahard with 489 votes. Yuri, it makes a ton of sense.
I've actually secretly sold my Yuri stocks, but I'm not mad at it.
Yuri was extremely popular last time, and this time she got to be in the hotel arc. She got to be a central figure in the hotel arc, really. So
Dorothy's either 1st or 2nd. Who are we missing? Who I feel like I'm missing that we haven't seen yet? That would be up there too.
A lot of screen time there. The stuff not only in the hotel arc, but then in the sort of what I call the library segment of the story, the stuff between hotel and left. You had all the fun stuff with her and Tiara. Her and Tiara were really fun. So yeah, totally makes sense. Not only was she already popular, but she's gotten to do a ton of cool stuff since then. And then as our top 2, and the top 2, were in competition with each other this entire time. They were fighting neck and neck the entire time. I think one day before voting ended, at some point the day before voting ended, when I checked the results, because I was checking them every few hours, they were tied at 728 to 728. So they were tied even on the last day. So here you go. In second place is going to be Lopobia Tromare. Not surprising.
Oh, Tromare. We didn't see Tromare. Okay, yeah. This I expected. I expected him in the top 10. Not this high, though, but understandable. I actually feel like over the course of the Great Chess Match arc, I felt a pendulum switch, a paradigm shift. I actually felt that more people started to like Tromare more, especially when we started to see more of his flashback and how evil he actually was, and things of that nature. And I think Gus Stang's actual performance against him, for the one who set it all up, pulled up on him, you're supposed to be smart and had all these plans, it's like, you're not even really cooking. So
743 votes.
And Dorsey wins again. Pantagano, we lost. Pantagano, we have lost.
/Dorsey/Andrassi Zahard. It is really, really hard. It is really difficult to dethrone the #1 character of a character poll. So Tromare coming this close is crazy. But here's the thing. Tromare has the most screen time in the most recent arc. Not only the most recent arc, though, the most recent saga, this entire saga, Tromare has been prominent. He has been at the forefront. And when you look at comments, when you look at discussions, people are always talking about how Tromare is one of the most detailed, most well-written characters in Tower of God. So to me, this isn't shocking at all. It's shocking how much more popular he is than Gaston.
Gooners
won.
won.
Last time, Tromare had just shown up. He had just shown up and he was in 12th place. So you go from 12th place, just showing up, to then getting all of this development in the past 3 years, all of this focus in the past 3 years, and it just makes complete sense for him to be this popular. So you got Tromare, and then...
Well, at least I can take solace that knowing that bozo is fucking dead. He's dead. He died. So you know what? I still win. I don't even want to hear about Dorsey. I'm tired of her.
Again, Dorsey Andrassi.
What did she do?
In the hotel
You
arc.
Uber merchant. You bong
Shoutout,
teleporting merchant.
She was kind of written...
The Son Goku moment was funny, though. I like that. That was funny. That was funny.
Her weakest. The writing for her was at its weakest. But even then, there were so many times throughout the Sprout where I was like, she is carrying Kun. Sometimes literally carrying Kun. Like, she wasn't written the best as she has been, but she was still kind of accomplishing a lot as far as the main characters go in the most recent arc. So yeah, it's hard to dethrone the top character, and it did not happen this time. So you see, we got second character poll, 538 characters, or 12,013 votes. That was done for a month here. Again, I'll send all these images out. And what I meant about the top 10 making sense. So the top 10 from last time compared to this time. You have the Yurik Mazano fall off. Yurik was in 9th last time, and then Yusracho was in 8th, dropping to 18th. So those two drop out. And then Bellerir and Tromare are coming in. Makes sense for Bellerir, he was popular, plus meme votes, like crazy meme votes. Makes sense for Tromare because he was already in 12th, but he was one of the most insanely popular before. Elaine was in 13th, and Yiwa was in 10th last time. So really, it's more like with Joaquin dropping a few spaces, and with the ones in the top 10 dropping out, it's kind of just like Yiwa and Elaine just kind of switched places. So Yiwa dropped out of the top 10 from being just within it, and Elaine went into the top 10 from being just outside of it. So those two switched places. And then when you look at the stuff inside the top 10, last time Yuri was 4th, Warion was 5th, and Rachel was 6th. So really, Bam and Kun fell from above Yuri, Warion, and Rachel, but Yuri, Warion, and Rachel just maintained their order.
Okay,
so those three maintained where they were, and Bam and Kun fell out. And then Tromare went up to replace Bam and Kun, because Bam and Kun were in 2nd and 3rd last time.
Rachel, Tiara and Yuri should switch spots. Let's talk about it.
So Tromare went up to replace them. The two of them dropped
Yuri was getting smoked in that fight.
out. You got Bellerir coming in, replacing, where Mazano and Yusracho were last time, and then Elaine and Yiwa kind of swapping with one another. Wangnan last time was in 7th, I think, and dropped to 8th this time, but generally kind of in the same general area. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. Anybody reacting to these, thank you all for reacting to them. I know it's been extremely, extremely long. My voice is killing me. Been recording for forever. So I gotta go edit all this, make it into a video for you all. I do want to say thank you, though. A huge thank you once again to all of you for...
No, thank you, man. Like, again, I will never do this, something like this. The one project for Tower of God I really wanted to do was showing everybody how many like football players, by which I mean soccer, were the SIU actually used and whatnot, but UEFA and FIFA were not letting me cook, so I didn't get it done because I never do this. But I appreciate you always doing these, man. These are super dope. These are always amazing and fun. As much as I lose my mind every time, they're always fun to do. They're always fun to do, yo. What y'all saying real quick? Now I like Uber Chan, but first place again. These damn gooners, 770 votes. Why is she so popular? You and Arena are so much better. I don't know. I genuinely don't understand and Dorothy's popularity. Like genuinely, I don't get it. My favorite character of season 3, the worst man in the tower. SLU really caked her up in the last arc, so I'm not surprised. This really is a gooner vote. Damn, and Dorsey stole Traumaray's one chance to get top 1. This season was my favorite, just for your reaction to Traumaray and Yama's dad. I voted for Traum. Boo. I'm kidding. Traumaray's prettier. Gooners are not cooking. You can still goon if they're pretty, man. I'm residing as a member of the TOG community. You still had your card? I thought you threw that away. 1 in Dorsey equals twice. Bam. She makes Goku references. Best time to drop TOG. The Gooners and memers ruin this community. Fucking Bellaria. Calling Traumaray one of the best written characters in TOG either tells me that people don't respect TOG's writing or they don't know what good writing actually is. Poor SIU, people dropping his story because of a random poll. People are joking, Amir Cricket. They're joking. They're not being serious. He at least has a complete arc and a thematically resonant ending. Tiara and Dorsey to switch spots. That's even better. Yuri had to be saved by that bum Holland. Tiara got that hacks bill with enough brawn too. When that's all Yuri relies on. 1 in Dorsey equals -1 Hodgin Sung. Yeah, we'll see if I'm dumb enough to do it again in a few years or not. But yeah, I appreciate you though. I do think Yuri could have done more against her if she wasn't worried about not being where she was supposed to be. That's not my problem. Tiara mo better. But you're right. She kind of bad. Thank you for the reaction, everyone, and support. Thank you, Haku, for all your work. I want to be a hater for Aunt Dorothy, but honestly, she ended up winning me over a bit. Not one of my personal favorites, but I do like her. I hope whatever Yura did with the chalice. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm so indifferent to her. That's why it probably baffles me. I don't even hate her. I know I meme her a lot. I call her a Lyft Premium and Uber, but it's just like she's just there to me.
Voting. A huge thank you to all of you for watching this. A huge thank you to all of you for supporting everything you've done. And yeah, I will get this video up and I'll share the result images out with everybody. I can't wait to watch other people's reactions. I can't wait to see more reactions. Thank you so much. And yeah, let me just do my normal outro for all of you really quick. Thank you. If you did like the video, comment down there, tell me what you thought of the results, or anything you want to talk about. So comment down there, follow on Twitter if you want, subscribe if you want to, it'd be very much appreciated. There's going to be a ton more on the channel. I still have a lot of other Tower of God projects to do, even though we'll be on hiatus. If you want to join the Discord, asking
yeah, this was fun, man.
Support the channel by dropping super thanks.
This was
extremely
fun.
Appreciated. Thank you to Mario who has been doing that. Thank you. And if you want to support the channel and get your name at the end of videos and get One Piece videos a bit early, you can go to patreon.com/Haku. The link will be in the description, or just hit join down below to become a member. Thank you to people who are already patrons and channel members. Thank you to Joseph.
All right. That was dope, man. That was fun. I still can't believe what I had to endure in some capacity, but hey, it was a fun time. It was a good time. For everybody who was still here, please do not forget, Wednesday, March 12th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the big Tower of God stream. Haku will be there. Dr. Bonehead will be there. The Taku Fix. Ordering Mark will be there. Ron Can will be there. Kick the Can Productions. I think he changed it to Ron Can. If Milios is available, he'll be there. If Ryzen is available, he'll be there. I did check for Boss Jesse. I'm not sure if he's going to be there. Lizard might pop in for a little bit. So we're going to have a humongous big discussion. I estimate it's going to be about 4 to 6 hours for anybody who's going to be in the stream. Like I said, you give as much time as you can and you leave when you have to. No one's forced to stay the whole time. So we're going to have a big discussion. It's generally a big season 3 discussion, but obviously the main focus later on will be on the Great Chess Match. So I'm hosting it. It's going to be on my channel on YouTube. Here, I will make the thumbnail and put out the pre-stream page tomorrow, so you guys have time to see and prepare for it and everything. So it'll be tomorrow. And yeah, again, Haku, appreciate you. Well, we'll be talking on Wednesday. It's gonna be nice. You're gonna be needing positive people to balance me out. You and Lizard, okay. Honestly, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like some people. I don't care if it's a negative discussion. I really don't mind. I really don't mind it. But if I find that it's too negative, I'll try to keep the positivity going and whatnot. But yeah, we'll see. I don't even think I'm negative. I just call it as I see it. But yeah, it should be a good time. It'll be fun. With that being said, I got so much to get done, and I gotta prepare for that stream and everything. I truly appreciate everybody who came today and watched and sat with us. It was fun. I think I need to make a Belleria slander video. I need to make it because I'm not okay with what I saw just now. Number 7? Is that what he was at? I have to slander him. I need to talk about how trash he is for like 6 minutes nonstop and rag on him and call him a bum. I gotta do it. So yeah. Naya can actually talk at full power thanks to hiatus. Yep. Dr. Bonehead is the positive one of the community, so nothing to worry about. Ron and Joe are pretty positive. Like the stream, I am also more positive than I was while the Sprout was ongoing. I think the ending salvaged a lot for me. Yes, F. Belleria, once again, like the videos, or Enkidu was gonna tickle your armpits. You're right. I'll make a Tiara propaganda video and a slander video for Belleria. So yeah. But yeah. All right, man. You guys be safe. I'm signing out. Hold on. Just in case. Let me go in the dark void. All right. All right, y'all. Thank you.